Hurry up, we're going live! We're live.
Hello! Oh, also, can I have your MacBook opening screwdriver?
Yes.
Because
Oh, it's doing the thing again. Yeah.
the battery has debatteried. It has now become a flap.
Yeah. I wonder if it's the same one or whether it's a different one. Now would be a good time to insert ads.
Smash that ad button!
Never.
Oh my god. Talking about that, I looked at the mid-roll ads for the previous live stream.
Forgot to change them again. Yeah.
I changed them.
Okay, cool, thanks.
I looked at it and there was, I think it was 40 or 47 separate spots.
I try to defend YouTube. I try to defend them and be like, look, someone has to pay. There has to be adverts. You've got to pay one way or the other, etc., etc. But when you see stuff like that, it's just like, just install uBlog, guys. Just install uBlog. It's
just become a channel member, guys. Just become a channel member, and then install uBlog.
Yeah, or actually just like get premium, get YouTube premium accounts with family, because it's like what, 15 quid for a family account, or 20 quid?
It's £20, and that allows 5 people.
Yeah, £20, 5 people. Make if you can get 4 mates together, that's a £5 a month each. You've got YouTube Premium.
Yeah, I haven't tested if they need to be in the same country, but they can certainly be anywhere in the same country, at least for the UK.
Yeah. So yeah.
Also, possibly maybe find a friend in some third world country and become their family member.
Yeah.
Well, it was a complaint. It was a rant I went on one of the earlier streams. Was about the regional pricing.
Yeah.
And just about the payment of YouTube sells premium as paying subscribers, but then it's like in Bolivia it's like 17 cents a month, but in the UK it's $30.
Yeah. I don't know how that works out, because like it's virtually impossible to get any kind of useful numbers on what the value of a viewer is, air quotes, and what the value of a premium viewer is, air quotes. All I know is that a premium viewer is worth significantly more.
A premium view.
Yeah.
The value of the individual is unchanged.
Yes. I'm speaking in terms of just like cold hard statistics here. However, you're right. That's a nicer way of putting it. Yes. But yeah. Anyway.
Also, as far as I can tell, based on metrics from Adamant IT2, the Electric Boogaloo. Oh no, this is weird. I'm gonna wait. The number of views doesn't matter for AdSense. It's watch hours.
Interesting.
Yeah, because like you can have 2,000 views and watch hours of 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And have no AdSense because no one's actually watched any of the ads.
Yes. Yeah.
Or you can have 100 views with 500 hours of watch time, and you'll actually get AdSense off of that.
Yeah. But then also that's why for podcast content like Two Guys Talk Tech, that's why it front loads the video with all of the hecking adverts.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. Don't know the solution.
But yeah, it does seem to be watch hours on
Yeah.
the metric right now.
Yeah. Blah. The value of a normal view is listed as your income rate. Yeah. Yes. Kind of. Sort. Yeah.
Kind of. Sort of.
Sort of. Yeah.
It varies
It's a
as
guideline.
well.
Yeah.
Because if a single video did double the number of views, the actual view per the dollar per view metric for that video would be higher.
Yes. Yeah.
So the value of a view kind of does a weird wobbly thing.
And then also, yeah, you've got to factor in the fact of like if it's a longer video, but it doesn't have mid-rolls in it, then I think the view count versus watch hours is different as well, because a viewer who is tuning in for 30 minutes of a 1 hour video is functionally worth the same as a viewer who watched the entire video, because there was still only the pre-roll ads. There weren't any mid-rolls.
I don't know.
That would make sense.
Based off of, again, limited data from a small side channel.
Yeah.
Is that it also looks like it the sharing. It affects the sharing.
Okay.
Your
Merchant doesn't work.
Your merch link is broken.
Are you sure you want to leave YouTube? Yeah, go to site. Yes, indeed, that is indeed broken. adamantIT.co.uk/shop.
It says it's got a problem with your key, though.
Yeah. That would be store, not shop. Yeah, it's store, not shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I need to.
I'll edit that in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Once we've pulled this apart.
Also, I should probably make like half a dozen redirects for like shop, store, merch, etc.
I thought it was merch and got confused for so long. I was like, merch, no. Merchandise, no.
Yeah. I used store because, it's like lttstore.com, Gamers Nexus Store. Everyone uses store. So that's the word that I use just automatically in my head. However, I should make a redirect for all of like other common words. So whatever you type in, it's going to be like, we get it, you're looking for t-shirts,
Yeah.
So yeah.
AdamantIT/t-shirt. And it takes you directly to the mug. And then AdamantIT mug takes you directly to the desk mat. And it's just like, what? But yes. How do we do this again? I need a prying tool, don't I?
Right, yes, you need a prying tool. Yeah. You want a prying tool, and can you see the... I'll just grab it because I don't know how to describe it. I guess I'd call it my... I don't know what I'd call it, actually. A shim or...
Your big yellow thing?
No.
No?
There we go. This.
I believe, if you want the brand name for it, is a Jimmy.
A Jimmy. I see. Yes. Anyway, right. So... right, so this one has speaker grill. So
yes.
you want to insert the prying tool into the speaker grill where you can see the seam is. You don't want to insert into the laptop. You just need to catch it and just pop the thing open. Okay. It is literally halfway along. Yeah, there you go. Do that on both sides. Call it the other spudger. Yeah, I'd call it a shim. I think.
Oh, is it Spudger that's the brand name? I think
Spudger is a generic term. Did some dust go? Yeah.
It just kind of puffed at me. And I was just like, oh.
There's only one clip on each side, so yeah. Once you've had that pop, that's it. You've got it. Right. So
and then that goes that way.
Yeah. So now you need to pop off the front bit as well.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah. So if you just lift it up a little bit, you should find some clips in the middle of the, like in the center pop up if you just bend it towards you a bit. Yeah, and do that on the other side. Yeah, okay, you've got enough. It's ready to go. So now you need to slide it toward the camera. Yeah.
Okay.
In a very controlled manner. Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Like that. Because it's been off a couple of times, it's now easy.
Yeah. Good. Call it a James, it might treat you better.
I like that. That's good.
All right. Yeah. Facebook Marketplace is awful for selling PCs. So many time wasters. Oh god, I can imagine. Yeah.
That's that one.
Yeah. Was it the same one that we taped down last time?
This one?
Question.
I don't know. But yeah, it's that one. That one was loose.
Okay, I'll grab some double-sided tape.
I'm now going to gently pry all of them. Oh yeah, okay. I think I might be doing all of them.
Very well.
No, that one's... Yeah.
I mean, all of them will go if you push them, I think. But yeah. All right. Okay. Saw a possible fake 5070 case in Mike's Discord Facebook purchase. Oh yeah, not surprising. Yeah, for graphics cards, it's going to be the same as the great GPU shortage, where just anytime you're trying to buy a second-hand graphics card, there's that luck of the draw as to whether it's someone pulling your leg or not.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
It's the thing that surprises me about the eBay GPUs is that the new ones seem to be cheaper than stores are selling them for.
Yeah.
On their store.
Yeah.
So, like, you can go to eBuyer's eBay and buy it for cheaper than eBuyer's selling the GPU. And it's just like, okay. Huh?
Yeah, no idea. Which is kind of... you have the sticky bit. Which is kind of wild considering, obviously on eBay, they've got the eBay overheads as well. You know? So, yeah.
Oh, and also they give you free next day shipping through eBay. And on their website, you have to pay £17 for that.
Gross.
Oh no, my fingers are stuck together.
I'm not going to give you any further instructions. You should be able to work this bit out, so, Right. Anyway.
This tape is defective.
I mean, it's not very good. I don't like it much, but I've run out of Tessa tape, and finding Tessa tape. Okay, look. I know it's not great, but I wasn't having this much trouble with it.
Yes. One of us is the IT technician, and one of us pays the IT technician.
Right. Yeah, I think Facebook Marketplace is rough because are there actually any buyer protections on Facebook Marketplace?
Buyer protections, yeah, probably loads. Seller protections, probably none at all.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, like, eBay is heavily buyer biased. But yeah, I don't know. With Facebook Marketplace, like, yeah, who do you contact if you've been had? Is there actually a moderation team there?
No. Off. Haha. Did it.
Facebook is just a car boot sale. Yeah, pretty much. The police. Yeah, good luck with that.
MLG Pro.
All right. Well, anyway, so today, as the title implies...
So today I'm going on Facebook Marketplace.
No. Anyway, today... we're going to spec up a second-hand PC. So yeah, I have a customer who came in and was just like, I want to buy a gaming PC for my boy. The budget was like £500 to £600, which I'm interpreting as £600. So yes, we're going to jump onto eBay et al. And see what kind of PC we can spec up for about 600 quid. And as a special treat, maybe make some money on it.
So you should, in theory, be able to do something along the lines of a 5600 and a B450.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind. Because also, conveniently, I have a 5600 and a B450.
Do they work together?
Yes, because the B450, it's going to be the scrapper board. Actually, I might buy another board. I might buy a second-hand board for it, because if I sell the one with the busted USB port on it, I'm not going to have a test board, and it's definitely a bit too soon to throw out all of my AM4 test boards. And by all of them, I mean the AM4 test board. So yeah, I think I'm going to end up... I'll probably buy a motherboard. I'll buy the cheapest B450 I can find. Use the 5600 I've got, because that ended up being spare because of raisins. And then what did you say? A 6700 non-XT.
Although if you're aiming for 500, because obviously
want to make some money. Yeah, I was going to say that sounded a bit optimistic.
You'll be looking
6650 or something like that.
Yeah, 6600 XT, 6650, depend on the day of the week.
Yeah. AM4 is dead. Everyone is building AM5 builds. Yes, if you've got £1,000, but if you've got 600 quid and you want to make profit, you ain't building AM5.
Yeah, because you need to build that for £500 parts.
Yeah.
But then for me, obviously when I've been doing this, I then make margin by selling them Windows?
Office.
No, Office.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10 they've gone, oh yeah, can we have Office on here and also on this other laptop we've got? And I've just been like, absolutely, I will sell you 2 licenses of Office.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, right, so I'm going to formulate a plan for this.
I'm going to use the spreadsheets we already have.
Do we?
The PC building spreadsheets, do you not have them on your Good Drive?
Maybe. I always forget. Let's see. Build parts. Yeah, this is horribly out of date again. I might just delete both of these because both of these PCs are gone. Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm going to delete this sheet. Be gone. Let's see. And I'm going to set up.
Excellent.
I'm going to set up a new scene here. Hold on. I'm gonna do a pro gamer move.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Let's see. Browser.
Source.
Browser with chat.
Are you then going to capture a browser source?
What? Right. I'm going to window capture.
Oh, okay.
Basically, what I want to do is, let's see, window capture, and we'll call this Chrome. Select Chrome.
You just select only the chat, and you just stream the chat back to chat.
Yeah. And
how does this attach?
Window capture, create new Edge chat. Grab Edge. Right, I think that'll do.
How?
And the point now of all of this is now we've got what we normally call the desktop chat, except now if I accidentally open my Discord DMs, I won't dox someone again. So
Again? What do you mean again? It never happened.
Of course. Because as careful as I am and as experienced as I am with streaming, eventually everybody makes a mistake. Right, and also we want to throw in, face chat as well.
Face chat?
Chat face. I know what I'm talking about.
Is that a replacement for Facebook?
Let's put that like that. There we go.
What have I...
Okay, right.
How do I get this bloody thing back on? Do I do it at a funny angle?
Oh, I need to adjust that. I need to make that match that. Is that pixel? Oh, it's pixel perfect. It's beautiful. Work of
Why is
art.
Cowdog playing with computers he shouldn't be touching? How dare you, Mr. Daniels? I mean, I shouldn't be touching them because they're awful. They're MacBooks.
I mean, you bought this. Like,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
I was going to say you did your time with Macs. You wanted to daily drive a Mac. You did, and then you bought a newer one.
Yeah, because it does what I need it to do. It runs a web browser for 8 hours.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
How the hell do I get this thing on?
Okay. So you need to put 45-degree angle, and you need to get the catches under the thing. You need to get the thing under the thing. So firstly, if you look at the bottom of the panel a sec, so there's the hooks. Those hooks need to go under this bit of metal here.
This bit.
That's where you're aiming for. Yeah. So yeah, probably a lower angle actually. 45 is a bit leery. So yeah, and then you should feel them slot in under there. It requires a little bit of force to push them in.
I somehow managed to keep sliding it so it's not actually inside the laptop.
Skill issue. All right. Hi, Paul. How you doing? All right. Graham can't multitask. I try, but yeah. It's not pixel perfect, but hey, you did your best. What do you mean it's not pixel perfect? Oh, okay, yeah. Like it's half a pixel out because that is anti-aliased, whereas... All right, I'll move it in by 1 pixel then. All right, here comes Captain Page. This is going to... hideous. Right, size. We do that. See, it was fine, and now it's less fine. No, screw you, Paige. I'm doing it the way that I had it.
I think you have been played.
I've been troelled. All right, it's there now. I don't care. I'm leaving it as it is. All right. Okay, right. So we're building a thing. Let's see. Oh yeah, Intel graphics cards. Yeah, that's within the scope of this. Graphics.
When I was looking,
Yeah.
only last week, they were all a lot more expensive.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We'll have a look anyway, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So. We'll keep the action list. All right. So, CPU. We're putting in a so AMD 5600. Is it an X or a non-X I've got? It's a non-X. Which, if my memory serves me, basically doesn't matter. I think the X just has another 100 megahertz on the boost or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
How in the
Right. How much
hell-
did I pay for that? AliExpress. How much did I pay for my 5600? I think this was an AliExpress purchase. This one. Sign in.
Good.
I need to order some more AliExpress CPUs. I need to get a 7700 on the way as well. Oh my god! Do you need me to do it for you?
I can't get it lined up.
Well, I'm going to carry on running the show.
I don't actually understand why I'm having a problem, to be entirely honest.
I don't know how to explain it in any simpler terms. Right, I paid £64.81 for that 5600.
That's not bad.
Indeed. So I'm going to round that up to 65 for simplicity. So 65. Motherboard. Right, we need to find a motherboard.
Yes. Yes.
Stevie H is like, I'm getting secondhand anxiety watching Caradog do that.
Yes. Ah!
As my dad has always said, what's worse than fumbling with something? Watching someone else fumble with something. Okay, right.
It's okay. It's fine.
B450.
It's okay. I did it. I am the winner. Oh no. There we go.
Huh. Well, that looks nice. MSI B450M with a Ryzen 2200G in it and 8 gigs of RAM. I mean, I don't care about the CPU and the RAM, but I'll keep those as spares.
Yeah, more DDR4.
Yeah, I mean, it's 8 gigs and it's probably like 2400 or something. But finding a B450 motherboard for 55 quid just alone is actually fairly good at the moment. Remember when we were looking for them the other week, and I was like, how is it possible that I cannot find a second-hand B450 for less than 50 quid? So just, yeah. Here's one on its own for 50 quid. That much being said, though, a 2200G isn't good for anything at the moment. I'm not going to sell that, and it's arguably that a 2200G, that's Zen 1? That's Zen 1, isn't it? So that's not even good as a test CPU, because latest BIOSes aren't going to support it. Yeah.
X570 and B550 will not support it at all.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I don't even want a
2200G. X470, B450 will only support it on BIOSes that came out before 5000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's basically completely worthless.
Yeah. Okay. Try B550. Yeah, I'll have a look for B550s as well. Yeah.
The
Okay.
other thing as well is just if anyone's selling off X470 for cheap.
Yeah, I guess it's worth a check.
'Cause
Yeah.
those ones, yeah.
Yeah. Right. B450. Oh, yeah. B450M Pro Max. That'll do. That's a good motherboard. Right.
That's what we had last week.
Yes.
I think.
Can we top that? There's a
And
BioStar.
just pleased to
Just
be there.
happy to be here. Yeah. That's a really good looking Asus Prime, actually.
Are you feeling all right?
Well, no, seriously though, look at
okay.
that. That's really pretty, isn't
You'll
it?
have to print your own I/O plate again.
Yeah, but for a bottom end motherboard, that looks really swish. Just saying. Yeah. Like, it's kind of garbage. It's only got one M.2 slot on a full ATX. Like, on a micro, I kind of expect that, but on full ATX, that's a bit how you doing. That's 50 quid. It depends if I end up using a micro tower or not. I'm probably going to shove this in one of those wretched Antecs that I want to get rid of, and those were ATX, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
You shut down your computer because of a problem, did I?
Okay, I'll keep both of those open. Right, are we going to top? That's bids. I don't think we're going to beat 50 quid. BioStar, just happy to be here. Okay, next.
Why has my wallpaper changed?
I don't know.
Oh, did it have a time trying to do an update?
Possibly.
That's the error it was referring to.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yes, I remember it downloaded an update and then tried to do the update and said, updating your firmware, do not turn off. And then went, error updating firmware, and then just cut out.
I see.
I was like,
minimum £30 just to get the crap out of the way. Yeah, so for a B450, there's an ASRock
oh, that's
for
not bad.
47.35.
Yeah.
However, for another £2, I get the cool looking Asus Prime. What are you? Yeah, I mean it's fine. You know, for
Yeah, the HDV line's always been good enough.
yeah, it's fine. Like for this class of motherboard, basically anything is fine. So yeah, all right. However, again, I think I'd take the Prime or like, yeah, all right. Also, what's the I/O look like? We've got 6 USBs on that MSI. This one doesn't say. I might look up the details on that just to see what USBs it's got. No RGB on those boards. Yeah, that's fine. I'm cheapest of the cheap. So yeah.
Does that say there's damage on one of the boards? Kernels says damage in the description of that one, and I don't know which one that one is,
hold on.
just because there's been several that you've looked at.
Good condition. Tested and working. That's fine. And the B450. Use good condition, good working order. Yeah.
The
no, that's
ASRock
fine.
under the price area, under the PCIe area.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, works fine. M.2 slot works, but third pin holding it down snapped off does not affect performance.
Oh, the screw for the 80mm position.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, there's a close up here. What's he talking about? Oh, yeah, the 80mm position screw. Oh, yeah. How on earth did they manage that? Serious question. That's soldered onto the board. How on earth did you break that off? I mean, I could fix that. I can just solder a new one onto it.
Brute force and ignorance, that's how.
Yeah. Okay. Either way, I don't need to fix it. The ASRock's out because I could just buy the MSI instead. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly look up what the I/O is like on this Prime because I think that looks nice, and I'm a whore for motherboards that look nice. So yeah. Images. Show me the I/O. Someone show me the I/O. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. We got 6 plus 1 there. So we got 4 USB 3s, 2 USB 2s, and we got a Type C on it. That's fine. This is fine. This is fine. It's basically, yeah, it's better than the MSI because the MSI doesn't have a Type C on it. This is fine.
Really?
Cool. All right, let's see if we can see what B550s are going for. I think B550s are not going to be less than £70. What's my search term? 30 quid and up.
Apparently there's a how to use an air fryer.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
eBay.
DVI, yeah, these are old enough to have DVI on them. So yeah. There are people in this world who can break a bowling ball. This is true. Yeah. Okay, right. Buy it now, please. I can't be bothered to bid on things. Right, parts only, pre-owned.
Oh, that's bids. Oh, but it's ending in 30 minutes.
Oh, that's a Medion. No, absolutely not. B550M DS3H. Oh, untested, which means it doesn't work.
There's a B450 Aorus Elite on bidding for £46.
When does it end?
30 minutes time.
Ooh.
Yes. That's why I mentioned it, because it's only 30 minutes time.
Yeah, did you say it was a B450?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting. We'll see.
I'd punch 60 quid into that. Yeah. What's the actual ending time, like to the minute?
It ends in 29 minutes 40 seconds.
Does it tell you the actual? I'm going to set an alarm.
It says 1650, but I don't know if it's 1650 actually or 1649 and some seconds.
Right. Can you keep that tab open? And I'm going to set an alarm for 1645.
Yes.
And I'd take a punt at that. Yeah, like I said, I'd punch 60 quid into that. I'm not paying more than 60 quid for a B450, even if it's an Aorus Elite. But yeah, I'll take a punt at that.
You can get a GA-A55M S2V for only £27.
Okay. She's got a Ryzen 3600 for 32 quid. Yeah. It's something, isn't it? Right, let's see.
What?
A 3600 for 32 quid.
Oh yeah.
It's still a viable CPU, you know.
Yeah,
like if you're building down to 500 quid and you're really scraping the pennies together, you know, because also like that's the thing, like the 3600, you know, you're going back to 3000 series now, and like
which is not
stellar. Like, don't get me wrong, the CPUs are still good, but you probably shouldn't be buying them in the year 2025. But a computer that's got a 3600 in it can be upgraded to a 5600, you know. So it's not a dead end. I think that's the thing there. So yeah. Okay. So
oh god, the A520 Aorus Elite is still like 90 quid.
Lovely. Okay, right. Hang on a sec. B550 Tomahawk. B550 Tomahawk read description. All right. What's wrong with the Tomahawk?
Oh, is that the one for £34?
No, it's £48.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at an X570 Tomahawk.
Yeah, I'm looking at B550 at the moment. Right. One capacitor is out. I taped on the motherboard. I don't have a spare one to weld it. I believe you will need one capacitor. One single capacitor, as this one's legs are too short. Check all the pictures. All right.
Do you want a completely dead, no signs of life X570S board?
No.
Oh, but you have a 100% on-stream success rate for those.
All right. So, someone knocked off that. What is that? That's. It might be V-core, it might be mem-core. Either way, it's a core capacitor. It'll probably run without that, to be honest. It's been in the wars. Look at these pins. This thing's been in the wars. Oh, it's got Wi-Fi. Oh, I kind of like that. I'm kind of tempted because it's got Wi-Fi as well. Oh my days, that's been dropped. Oh, no, we're done. We're done. That's been dropped. I mean, it works, which is kind of fun. But no. Yeah. It works, but also no. No. If someone wants to take a punt on that, if you were trying to scrape together something on the cheap, or you were building for yourself, I think that's not a terrible deal. But yeah. All right. Which is a shame, because that's a nice board. Right, parts only. Pre-owned, that's a Lenovo. Parts only.
You're a Lenovo.
ASRock, we've now straight away gone up to £66 plus delivery for a B550. So, yeah. Looks like the cheapest viable B550 is probably that one. ASRock B550 M Pro 4. Nice looking motherboard. Got the I/O shield. Doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it. That's a good price, I think. After that, we're more or less up to 70 quid delivered. So, yeah.
Oh, that's bids.
Yeah. I think... All right. Oh, wow. Calm down. Yeah, hang on a sec. Oh, I'm not signed in on that chat. Hold on, I need to boil someone.
Damn it, Si.
Yeah, I'm not signed in on the live chat. Be gone.
You just added them as moderator.
No. All right then.
Would
Okay.
you like an AMD Athlon 200GE for £29?
I'd pay someone £29 to take it off my hands. I'd throw it at someone I don't like. So, right, where was I? Okay, right, motherboards. So B550. Yeah, that's kind of viable. I'll keep this open, and we'll see if we've got room for that afterwards. ASRock B450M, 60 quid on Amazon UK new. For brand new, that's not bad. Yeah, actually, you know what? Actually, for argument's sake, what have we got on Amazon? So, B450.
Due to USB device over current. Would you take a punt on a USB device over current fault on an ATX board?
What board is it?
B450 Strix F.
Yeah, it's a nice board. How much?
£27. £30 including delivery.
Kind of tempted, because there's two possible ways that can go. Number one, there's a shorted capacitor on the 5-volt rail powering the USB port. Or number two, there's a problem with that USB hub, and you just disable whichever one that is, and you kill two of the ports on the motherboard in order to get the rest of them working.
Oh my god,
So,
there's another one.
Wow, there's an NA. What the hell?
That's probably just their name.
Yeah. All right, I need to stop the scroll. Be gone. Anyway.
I'm just going to sign into the live chat.
Yeah, if you could. Get some extra... Actually, also, I'm just going to quickly moderate JD just so we've got some extra eyes on chat. Which I
You
can't
have to do it
from
from the other chat.
Yeah, hold on.
Also sign into Edge.
Yeah, I'll do it from here for now. So, yeah. Where are you? Yeah, hang on a sec. You are a standard moderator. There we go. JD, you're a mod now, so if you spot something, then you can boil people.
It's okay. You're responsible now.
All right.
And by that I mean you are now going to get blamed.
Pro tip: if someone starts, make sure you scroll up the chat so the chat stops moving while you're trying to click on the menu.
Oh no, I boiled Psy again.
All right, so yeah, we can buy a brand new.
What is this?
Oh god, the new YouTube layout. What? All right, focus. We've got to do the thing. We've got to buy motherboards.
Do we? Do we though?
Graham Ellis says, "Yeah, I've done that. Banned the wrong guy. Yeah, I've been there myself. That's where moderation is surprisingly difficult." Right. Okay. Right. So, yeah, we can buy a B450 for 60 quid, which is not terrible. I'm still very depressed that you can't buy a B450 for less than 50 quid. Once upon a time, you could buy a B450 DS3H for like £46, brand new. I do not understand. Whatever. So yeah, that's not a terrible. That's not a terrible thing. How come you don't buy Intel?
Because the AMD stuff is cheaper and faster.
Yeah, and has upgrade headroom. That's the problem. Like, what would be
It's cheaper and faster.
What are our options? We'd
answer.
have to get an i3 or maybe a 12400F.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and the problem is if you buy a 12400F, hang on a sec.
Oh no!
Let's entertain this.
I did the silly side.
12400F.
Oh yeah, it'd be an 11400F, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, 11400F. Sure.
Thanks, JD.
11400F. Not for yeah. The 12400F is cheaper, brand new. 100 quid for one of those. Let's see. What could we get a second-hand 11400F for? 11400F.
You know what?
£73 maybe. And yeah, B560 motherboard. B560 motherboard. About the same kind of price. Yeah, so like we could probably find an 11400F, and that's probably going to go toe to toe with a 5600 in gaming. However, and like the CPU is going to be slightly more expensive. Motherboard's probably going to be about the same if we look for a cheap one, but the difference is it'll have 0 upgrade headroom on it. Because you'll be on a B560 and you will never find another CPU to fit that motherboard that is reasonably priced. Whereas if you're on AM4,
Really?
you can just drop a 5700 X3D into it, and that will always be available at a decent price. So I think that's the difference. You could find an Intel at a similar price, and it would probably be performance equivalent, but it will be a complete dead end.
The difference as well for me was that when I looked at the benchmarks, the 5600 was just faster than like an 11400.
Yeah.
So it was a case of it's like similar money, but I can just buy something that's faster.
Yeah.
And also it was the case of I found a bundle that was £149 for the motherboard, CPU and RAM.
Yeah, and also like the 11400F, you know, like at a casual glance, that's more expensive than a 5600. So if the 5600 is still even faster, that much being said, I mean,
no.
Hypothetically, can
Which
we find
account
those
do I
on
want to
Amazon?
sign into? Choose your brand. I think I want that brand.
400F.
Why are you signing
Do you
into
exist on
YouTube so
AliExpress?
hard? See the 4, yeah, okay.
They do similar price. It's still more expensive than a 5600. So like, yeah, you're going to have to drop down to an i3 to get price parity, and the 5600 is going to demolish it. So yeah. I'm running a 12600K and it runs good. Yeah, the 12600K, great CPU, but the 5600 is cheaper and is going to be performance and is going to be similar performance. That's the problem.
Oh no, it's not.
And you get the upgrade headroom. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm not saying the Intel chips are bad per se. AMD is just a better option. You know, that's just the facts. So yeah.
Oh wait, what?
Right, X470 is expensive, and X570 is going to be even more expensive. Whoops. Parts only, parts only. Yeah, no. All right, so motherboard. I'm going to put in this prime just for funsies. So I'm going to put in this prime.
Store.
Whoop. And that prime was 60 quid, did I say? 50 quid, free delivery. 50 quid. Cool. All right, GPU. So, actually, I'm going to come back to the GPU. We're going to do that last because basically it's going to be a matter of build the cheapest platform we can and then spend whatever's left on a GPU. That's basically how we do. That's basically how you spec a computer these days. You build the platform as cheap as you can and blow everything on the GPU. Send an offer to the B550 seller. Sure. Let's take a punt on that. I'm gonna send him 50 quid.
Where's the chat? Right.
I need to switch off of this because I need to put in a two-factor code. Not that anyone will hack my account from a single two-factor code, but I'm not going to. I'm sure someone can figure it out, or someone's going to watch me type it into the keyboard anyway. But like, if you can hack my account from that, then power to you.
I have just spammed the chat with all the links ever from Nightbot.
Oh my god.
Please may people confirm that the links actually go to the places that they think they should go to.
Very well. If I were the seller, I would not accept this offer, but...
Why not?
Because the board is worth more than that. But, let's see what they say. Offer sent. Browser with chat. There we go. All right. Yep, I've made an offer. Let's see what they do. Cool. Right, RAM. I'm probably going to buy new for RAM.
Why would you buy any DDR4? Don't you have it somewhat coming out of your ears?
I've used up all the good stuff. I mean, I've got one set of DDR4. I've got one good kit of DDR4 left, and that's like the 4600 kit that I inexplicably have. Although I guess I could drop that into one of my DDR4 rigs, but
yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would put it into
yeah, the YouTube rig.
That's got the max. Yeah, I'd stick it in the Maximus and take whatever's in the Maximus out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, the Maximus is stuffed full of junk RAM.
Although,
but it's
don't
still
forget it's
viable
only
junk.
16 gigs. It will be two 8-gig modules
Yeah.
because that's how you get on B-Die.
Yeah, I mean, that's got 16 gigs in it anyway. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know
no,
if it
that's
was
not 32. No.
Okay.
Yeah. That much.
Thanks, JD.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, well, in that case, next question then. How much is 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM worth? 30 quid. 30 quid. So I'd probably buy that. I could buy some mega cheap RAM. I want at least a dual kit though.
What? Oh, wait.
26.
English is a third language. What do you want for RAM? Just anything not awful.
Yeah. So £28 for the silicon power. So I'll put in £30 because I generally round up slightly. 16 gigs DDR4.
How much?
30 quid.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's for brand new RAM.
Yeah, for what speed? 3600.
Yeah, that's assuming 3600. Yeah, New Kingston 2 times 16 gigs was 25 quid the other day. Are you sure? Wow, presumably that was like a special offer though that's come and gone. Two times 8 gig. Yeah. Not dual 8, no. What's wrong with dual 8 gig sticks for 16? Yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm not putting 32 gigs of RAM in this thing. At least 1 times 16. He'll upgrade. No, we won't. Number 1, that'll be single channel, which is terrible. Number 2, no, they're not going to upgrade a DDR4 rig to 32 gigs of RAM. But
also, if you do 2x8, you can still go up to 32 gigs.
Yeah, you could. You'd be going up to 4 modules, but also it's DDR4. It costs nothing. So even if you end up having to take the 16 gig kit out to put a 32 gig kit in, that's still not the end
Yeah.
of the world, you know. So
Yeah.
So no. Yeah. Cool. SSD. Right. 1 terabyte. Probably the FICWAT. What's the price on the FICWAT these days? 45 quid. 1 TB M.2. SSD. FICWAT, my beloved. 48 quid. Okay, I'll put that in as 50. Still buy the Kioxia. Yeah, I might do, because the FICWAT's at 48 pounds, and that's dangerously close to the Kioxia, I'd imagine. Kioxia, where are you?
You can... that's the brand. How good does this SSD need to be? Does it need to be good, or does it need to be minimum viable?
I mean, I'd say minimum viable, but I don't want to put in a trash brand, if that makes sense. No price on the Kioxias today.
Because if you wanna save a few pennies, you've got the Orico 1 terabyte. The J10. I just bought the 2 terabyte version of that, and it is
fine.
Okay. It functions.
Yeah.
It doesn't immediately fall apart writing 900 gigs to it.
Okay, yeah.
So it's fine. It's not fast.
Yeah.
It's 200 megabytes.
Lead Farmer says Orico is okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But just for that category of drive, also
Yeah.
they seem to be the cheapest ones.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, I'll just put in 1 terabyte M.2 NVMe for now. And I'll put that in as 50 quid. And like what I tend to do when speccing is I put in just generalized numbers, and then I'll aim to, and then I'll target, like, I don't know, 80 quid profit or something like that. And if I end up making a bit more profit because I found parts slightly cheaper at the moment when I was adding to Bast Gear, well, good for me, I get a little bit more money, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I tend to, and then this way, if I end up losing a little bit of money on postage here and there, it'll balance out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Power supply. Oh god, this is going to be painful. Power supplies are awful. I'm tempted to put a Game Max in it.
Yeah, the Game Max.
Because they're
850.
60 quid, yeah. For the Rampage. 600 watt bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we even building? Oh, a 500's going to be enough, quite happily.
Yeah.
So
let's open that in a new tab.
Yeah, I'm just PC part brickering cheapest first on 500s, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, you can get something called a Vida Lite, 750 watts, apparently, for £32.
I see. Right, let's go.
You've got a Game Max Rainbow
PSU.
for 50 quid.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to specify some brands. Game
Corsair
Max,
CX
Corsair.
2023.
Are
50
MSI
quid?
power supplies any good?
I don't remember. Ooh, that's not bad.
Oh, Corsair CX550 for £46. All
Yeah.
reliable.
Or the 650 for £53.
650 for £53. Yeah.
Yeah. Not that you need 650, but just it's a case
It's
of
nice
if you
to have. It
needed
just means there's a
650,
bit
yeah.
more headroom in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best value there. EVGA grade B. I mean, if they've got them in stock, but yeah.
EVGA never sold direct outside of the US, as
Yeah.
far as I'm aware, and EVGA functionally doesn't exist as a company anymore.
Yeah. MSI Mag is a tier C. Yeah, I mean, that's probably usable. Don't forget, the tier list for power supplies is brutal. Like, yeah, like if you want to be in S tier or A tier, your power supply needs to do you sexual favors, you know? Like,
I mean, no, it just needs to not catch fire.
yeah, I guess, but like there are a lot of power supplies that fall into the lower tiers because they're just like, oh, they haven't specified this specific thing. It's just like, it's fine. It's fine. You know?
Yeah.
But not that the tier list is
depends.
bad per se, but like if you're saying I will not buy anything that is not tier A, well, in that case, your power supply is costing £70 and up.
It depends what.
And you can't do that on a £600 build.
Yeah, it depends on what you're building.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you're building a 400-watt computer and you've put a 650-watt D tier in there, it's actually fine.
Yeah. Yeah. GameMax 700 is 40 quid on scan. Yeah, it's not bad.
It depends on which GameMax it is, though.
Yeah.
Just because, for me, I would only use their Rainbow and the other line, because they're gold and platinum rated ones. Those two are just the only two lines I personally would use.
I've never had issues with the GP series, I think it is. But yeah, but whatever. At any rate, it's a Corsair CX. Also, it's 1645.
Yes,
you got that?
I have DM'd it to you.
Ah, okay, cool.
Because
right.
I presume you're signed in.
Let's see. I will be signed in.
To eBay.
You've DM'd me.
Not on eBay,
Okay,
but
right,
I presume you are signed into eBay, so you may actually post
Yes.
the eBay stuff.
Yeah. Either way, I'm going to get this Corsair because it's 53 quid, and like, yeah, if you put a Corsair in it, no one's going to argue with you, you know. So yeah, yeah. So I'm going to put in 55 quid for the Corsair CX 650, and I'm now going to try and snipe that motherboard. So 55, did I say, or where was it? 55. Yeah, cool. Right, Discord updater.
Oh yeah.
Right, Caradoge.
It does look like the Corsair CX line has trended down in price slightly, which is good.
Oh, I've had a counter offer. All right, Mr. Seller.
Have they offered you a counter? Literally just a piece of wood.
Okay, I'm calling it out. So it's 65.92. They've offered me 64. Here we go. Let's see.
They've offered you £65.
£61. Okay, well, it's free delivery, I guess. Yeah. I'll come back to that in a sec. Right, ends in 4 minutes. Oh, also it's gone up to 62. I said I was going to offer 60, and it's £6.50 delivery. Was there anything wrong with this, or was it? There wasn't, was there?
I don't think so. It was only because I noticed it was an Aorus Elite, and it might have been.
It was at 50 something.
Interesting.
It's gone up to 62.
Yeah.
It's also £6.50 delivery. So like this is not going for less than £70 now.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think I've completely lost interest in that. For £70, I do not care.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a B4, I'm not paying £70 for a B450. No, it is a really nice B450, but I'm not paying £70 for a B450.
But it's also the case of it's still a B450.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to leave this open. I'm curious as to what the final bid will go to. I think that's going to go to 70 quid. So yeah.
Try bidding 55. The bids are at 62.
I think they're talking about the ASRock, but then I offered them 50 quid on it. But yeah. So what? This was for the B550 at £61 delivered.
I counter your counter with a counter. The problem is if I counter your counter too many times,
Yeah.
I get removed from being able to offer.
Yeah. I might take that. I think that's reasonable. That's £61.36 for a B550.
Which B550 is it? Oh, it's the Pro 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna check that out. So yeah. Hold on. That's got 2 minutes to go on it. I'm buying this motherboard. Go to checkout.
Yeah.
There we go. Right, I'm just going to come off while I bash in payment details super quick. I could try 60 quid, but I'm not going to mess them about. They've given me a token gesture, couple of quid off, so fine.
Yeah. I need to look at whether the Gigabyte P550SS or P650SS are trash tier or not. Screw you, Si. Didn't want you anyway.
Yeah, leave that for a little bit longer. Order confirmed. Order confirmed. Yeah, all right.
Please enable bench count for password view. No, Sleepwalker.
I wouldn't put it past me. All right, so we're done with motherboards. We've got one.
Oh, it's a Sprint, isn't it?
I don't even know because I've closed the tab.
What?
All right. Oh.
No, I read the chat that
Oh, I see, yeah.
Si said he was leaving. And then I said, oh yes, it's the Sprint. Because I couldn't work out why he was leaving.
Right, what did I actually buy? Yeah.
Post names. Imagine me not just sliding in and being like, hey.
66. So I paid 62, I think, in the end. So 62.
Oh, I have much windows open. I have done a crime.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my tabs under control as well.
Oh no.
Right, cool. We're going to keep that. So we're done with that.
I'm actually gonna.
Right, I'm just waiting to see what this motherboard goes for. I don't see the IO shield. I'll 3D print one if it doesn't come with one. That's not the end of the world. I'll check in a sec.
That 3D printed one was pretty nifty last time. And like with the slightest bit of fettling, it would have been like perfect function.
Like that was first attempt print. Yeah. So no, there were no further bids on it. So 62 plus 60 £6.50 delivery. So it went for basically £68. But yeah, that's near as damn it 70 quid, which is just not worth it for a B450, I don't think. It's a nice board, but that much being said, oh no, 6. Yeah, it's got 8 USBs on it. No Type C though. And the one I've bought, it does have the IO shield, and it's got a Type C on it. We've got 4, 5. We've got no, look at that. Yeah, we've got 6, 7 plus 1 USBs on that. So because we've got a B550 here, we just have better connectivity on the back, and it's Wi-Fi as well. That's really good. I didn't spot that. Always bonus points for Wi-Fi on the board.
Does it actually have Wi-Fi, or has it just got holes for Wi-Fi?
Oh no, it's just got holes for Wi-Fi, I think. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm almost tempted to see if I can track down a Wi-Fi board for it.
Well, can't you just use any Wi-Fi board?
Theoretically, yeah. I've never tried doing that, but to my knowledge, So yeah. As a printer port, no, that's VGA. It looks like a printer, but it's a picture of a desktop monitor. It's VGA. But also, it's got VGA, lol, but whatever. We don't care about the display outputs on a motherboard, so...
I only care when it has DisplayPort 2.
Yeah. Cool, right, cooling. So for the cooling, we're going to use that poxy little cooler that we tried to put on the 5800X, which was an AG200. So that was a TR AG200, and those were bought 10,000 days ago. I think they're worth, 15 quid for a cooler?
What was the
AG200? Yeah, actually, I'll just check it on Amazon.
I would guess about
AG200. Dual air gap for dishwasher and tankless reverse osmosis. No. It's not on Amazon, apparently.
No,
what's a similar thing?
It won't be.
Thermal,
I don't think.
Right.
But yes, it was about that much.
Cheap-ass thermal right cooler. Let's do lowest price first.
I don't know. Hello, Mike. I don't know where you think you're blocked, but I can see you in the live chat.
You're there. eBay ad. I'm not buying. I'm looking to. I've already got a cooler. I'm just looking to set a value on the cooler. I just want to see how much a cheap cooler is, just as a mental note. However, I think the amount of time this is taking me, I could have just looked up the ones that you sent me last week. I
Yeah,
hate
yeah.
Amazon
I
sometimes.
would just assume it's about 15 quid.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I would not have told you to purchase that if it was more than
Yeah.
£15.
Where did I put Discord? Oh. I must have set Discord to actually close if I crossed it off for some reason or other.
80 plus silver.
Yeah, right, there's the...
No, I think the messages just aren't going through. Send them, Mr. Mike, send them through just as the, like, item ID numbers, not the actual links.
Oh, yeah, you can't send links on YouTube chat.
No, he's trying to send them into your DMs, and it's just munching the links. Oh, there we go. One of them worked.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was munching it.
Yeah. Yeah, B450M DS3H, £26. Damn, yeah. Excellent price. Yeah, good purchase, good purchase. Doesn't help me because it's bought, but, you know. However, yes, that's a very good price. Yeah, I'm going to put in 15 quid for the cooler.
Yeah, I
Something like that.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect it to be anything more than that.
What was those Antex again?
AX20.
AX20. And I paid 30 quid for those. Cool. So we are 307 without a GPU.
Good.
So
That's about right.
Yeah, that's pretty good going so far. Okay, so...
Oh, did you care about this B450 Strix with the busted USBs?
Oh, yeah. How much was it again?
£30.
£30.
In round numbers.
I'm kind of tempted to take a punt at it.
Yeah, I will. The link to you. There you go.
Yeah.
Have Anne link. Right, how much is an RX 6700?
Yeah.
£1,000.
AG200 is 18 quid on eBay. Okay, yeah, so 15 quid for one that I bought 10,000 days ago. That'll do. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
276 quid for a 6700. 234 quid, that's better.
Right. Posts and shuts down due to USB overcurrent.
Yeah.
USB 3 header has some missing pins. Okay. Oh, good grief. What happened to you?
Users everywhere.
That's going to be shorted on the board. That's got some munched pads there. So that very likely there's quite likely a short in between layers there that you might have to dig out.
Ooh. Oh.
Also, this is melted. This has seen a lot of heat.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm getting cold feet on that.
Yeah, no.
That's been messed with big
Someone
time.
did a terrible job of trying to fix that, didn't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, no, I'm out. That might have been a fun punt for a quick fix, but that's been messed with pretty hard. So no,
Yeah.
I'm not going to risk that, especially just because I don't need it.
No,
No. Yeah, if that was a B550, I probably would roll the dice on that. But for a B450, no, lost interest.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, right. How are we doing? So we need. What are we looking for? A 67
RX 6700 for £230.
Yeah. RX 6700.
Yeah, the cheapest I've spotted is £230 in round figures.
Okay, so I'm going to dial in a minimum price of 150 just to filter out the crap.
And it's that pulse that you saw 2 seconds ago.
6600 XT.
Yeah, that pulse just there.
Oh yeah.
That's the same. Just
yeah,
more
I'm just having a look at what the next one up is. Yeah, boxed.
No, not.
Yeah, looks nice.
I don't want CPUs. I want GPUs.
Oh yeah, that's that's a nice for a 6700. Yeah. And if we want an XT.
RX 6600 XT for £155. That's not bad. 154. Oh, that's a Nitro Plus. Yeah, a Nitro Plus for £155.
Yeah, you can get a 6700 XT for 240 delivered, but
and if you spend just a little bit more.
Yeah.
You can get a 6750 XT for 251.
Yeah, there's always a bit more and a bit
there's
more.
There's a little bit of price compression just
so
there.
Let's start typing in some numbers.
How much did you say that 6700 XT was?
200 and hang on a sec. Why have you just oh, it opened there, that's why. 234 plus £5 delivered.
Okay, I just spotted that
yeah.
one.
So 240 delivered, I'm calling that. So hypothetically, if we put in 240 for the graphics card, that brings us up to £550 cost price, and we're aiming for 600 sell. So that only gives us 50 quid profit, which is not terrible, but not a great day.
I want to show you a magic trick for eBay prices.
Yeah.
So you see that's £234?
Yeah. What? Why is it now cheaper?
Because I'm buying it from Ireland.
What has that done, though?
So, it's converted the price into euros.
Yeah.
And eBay's conversion on euros is favourable towards the pound.
Okay.
And 2, it's removed the fee for buyer protection. But you still have the same buyer protection, but you're no longer charged a fee on top.
Oh, I see.
Yes, a magic trick.
Yeah. Okay, so what's that now? It's 225 plus 4 quid. So
yeah, so 230.
So 230, yeah.
Yeah.
So that saves us a tenner on there.
But yeah, you can do that for anything via eBay.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 50s aren't meaningfully faster. That's fair.
Oh yeah, but it was like £9.
Yeah.
Or something. I was just like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're up to. I'm just going to put in a profit slot here, just for argument, just to make things easier to look at.
Need adamant IT shipping Ireland. No, you're still buying it from a UK seller, shipping it in the UK. You're just buying it via eBay Era in the UK from a UK to a UK. It at no point actually goes to Era.
Wild. Okay, so we've got £63 profit, and it's worth noting that the case, the cooling, and the RAM is stuff I already have in stock that I have already absorbed the cost of.
That's not how profit works, Graham.
Okay, well, what are we going to do then? Are we going to drop to the 6700?
We are going to try and read that. Can you make that a size larger for me? For my blind old man eyes. Thanks. What can we do? Basically, it's GPU, isn't it? That's all we've got movement on. Really.
But we could try and do that trick for the. We could try and do that trick on the XT. So
it'll be exactly the same. It will work. Yeah.
So it's going to knock about £10 off the price. So we could take another 10 quid off of that if we drop it to a non-XT.
Yeah, the only difference.
Are we really not going to spend another £10 to get the XT?
Yeah. The difference is on that 6700 prices, it won't make much difference because the shipping is £10, whereas the shipping on the other one is £3.
Yeah.
So it's RM special.
Yeah.
So it's just the price variance will be less than it would look like.
Yeah. So the sensible call is to put the XT on it then.
Ooh. The A750 is 150 quid off of overclockers. Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Okay, hang on a sec. A750, did you say?
Yeah, that's not bad. The A750 is only 8 gig. I thought it was 10 gig. Whack. Okay.
Help me, Steve. You're my only hope. Right. So that comes in. Where's a 6700 XT? So 750, did we say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a fair shot down from a 6700 XT. So we're talking a class of card lower. But that is very cheap. Like if you were trying to get down to 500, that would be extremely attractive.
It makes it match a 6600 XT.
Yeah.
Or a 2080 if you want to put it in those terms.
God, that's depressing, isn't it?
Would you prefer to have a 2080 or a 6600?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B570 for 220 quid. Yeah, where's the B5 Gamers Nexus B570? I don't know the performance in equivalence there. So, also for the record, I'm aware that me just jumping to some random benchmarks is not a full thing. I'm looking for a very 30,000 foot overview gauge here. So B570, that gets us up to a 6700 XT equivalent. Let's just check another couple of games just to check. So B570. Oh, that does not like that game. Let's try something else.
Yeah, Starfield.
Baldur's Gate. That's CPU intensive, if my memory serves me. Yeah, again, sort of, yeah. 5600 XT kind of areas. Resident Evil. What do we? Oh, CPU swap. Okay, yeah. This one's a bit more complicated to find stuff in. Resident Evil 4K, 7600 there. So yeah, and that was £220. So yeah, that gets you a that would give us a card with similar performance, but we'd be buying it brand new for £220.
Yeah.
So yeah, the question is, am I brave enough to sell someone an Intel Arc? And the short answer.
Depends. Yeah.
Sure, but then also.
Oh yeah, because it is. No, I was just like, oh, are we building with a 3600? And I was like, no, it's a 5600.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah. Also, though, I want to buy it from somewhere where I'm not going to immediately pay another £10 delivery on it as well. B570.
Oh my God, chat! Please actually scroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon has nothing for a B570. So.
I mean, it has free delivery on the B570 anyway.
Yeah. What store is that though? Overclockers.
Yeah, probably overclockers.
Arc B570.
Yeah, basically.
Oh yeah.
Sort cheapest. I think you need the free shipping code.
Yeah, we could find that, but yeah, hypothetically.
Yeah, give me 2 secs, I'll just grab it. Is that the B570, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so that would get us down to 220, and so yeah, that saves us £10 and we get the same performance, theoretically.
Oh yeah, the delivery code you can use is literally just the PC part picker one. So PCPPFR.
Say that again?
PC
PC
PP
PP
FREE
FREE
DEL.
DEL.
PC part picker free delivery.
Very nice. Free delivery.
Yeah.
Magic. All right. That seems pretty good. Ooh, use your Amazon account. Okay. I think I've got an Overclockers account. I don't use Overclockers very often, but I'm 99% certain I've got an account with them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Are we entertaining that then? That gets our profit up to £73.
I would. The only thing I'd look at is how much is a B580, because if it's like £2.
Yeah. Sure. Arc B580. I wouldn't. JD says no. Yeah. Oh, B580. That takes us up to 260 quid.
Yeah. No.
So
mind.
yeah, that blows the budget.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's fine. So what is our comparison? Our comparison is a 6700 XT.
Yeah, it's a 6700 XT versus a B570
for 225 versus B570 for how much?
For 220. That's the yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's a £5 cheaper for the B570.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also that would be for a brand new graphics card as opposed to a used one for whatever that's worth.
You
know, which is a nice to have.
I guess.
You know, it doesn't bother me that much, but it's an interesting thought. But also, again, it does mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Shelley points out, does the will that B450 motherboard have rebar on it? It should do.
Don't know. Don't know. You'd have to check the specific board because I know
Yeah.
it's slightly board specific.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can avoid.
Oh wait, no, it's a B550 we got.
You can avoid any issue, concern, or doubt for a fiver.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
So
just
you can avoid any issue, concern, or doubt, and get faster average performance.
yeah.
By getting a 6700.
I'd love to support Intel, but that's the thing. Is just if it were for me, I'd probably be like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to roll an Arc, but
Yeah.
I've got to sell it to someone else and warranty it.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, it's only 6650 XT performance. Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay. You've convinced me. I've got cold feet. So yeah. All right. How do I how do I hack the Gibson? Do I just change it to ebay.ie?
Yeah. It's also a case of, whilst this isn't valid for everyone because it's valid for me, I'd be looking to do my purchases through eBay because I get bonus discount points through eBay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Right. I've got to sign in and stuff.
Yes. Also, given the fact that this hasn't gone yet, I would wait to buy this until we're not live because we need to have a conversation about foreign exchange fees and stuff.
Okay. Fair enough. Yep. Very well. Okay. Right. We'll treat that as yeah. Okay. I'll leave that in the basket.
Have you saved a link to that item somewhere? Yeah.
Right,
Just in
hold
case
on.
we accidentally close the tabs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Bookmarks bar. That'll do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. That is saved. I'll close that. I'll close that stuff.
Yeah.
Close that.
What's the
Done with all of
equivalent Nvidia card to a 6700 XT? And by that I mean has more than 8 gigs of RAM and has similar raster performance. Are we talking 2080 Super 3080 10 gig?
Right, hold on a sec. Versus the 6700 XT.
Yeah. Is that what we're talking about? Is it around that level? Tech power up 6700 XT.
3060 Ti Founders, 3070. So we'd have to.
Yeah, but the 3060
2080
Ti's only got 8 gigs of VRAM.
Yeah, 2080 Super.
Yeah, so it would be like a 2080 Super.
Yeah, and the 2080 Super is noticeably slower as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. So no is the short
Oh
answer.
yeah, 4060 Ti 16 gigabytes.
Yeah, 4060 Ti. 16 gigs.
What? Those are both 8 gig. What?
That's a hell of a frame to jump to when scanning. Let's see. 6700 XT. Yeah, so the 4060 Ti is faster. Where's the 16 gig one? Well, I mean, the 8 gig version is clocking in at faster than a 6700 XT. So yeah, a 4060 Ti 16 gig will do it.
Yeah.
But how much is one of those?
Yeah.
Let's find out. eBay.
Yeah.
4060 Ti 16 gig.
Yeah.
250. That's for an 8 gig though.
Yeah.
I can't see a world where it's going to be less than 300.
Oh,
I'm
right.
going to try, but
Yeah.
minimum 200.
Oh, 2080 Ti as well. Hadn't thought of that.
What the hell? I want a graphics card, not a PC. Oh, hold on. Brand, connectors. Hang on a sec. Where are we? Computers, tablets. Computers, tablets, and networking. I want the graphics card. Computer components and parts. There we go. Right. 8 gig, 435. The answer is no as far as eBay is concerned. Yeah. Amazon 4060 Ti 16 gig.
The 3060 12 gig isn't terrible. No, it isn't terrible, but it's also only 75% of the performance.
Yeah, the 4060 Ti functionally doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So the answer to that is no. Yeah, it doesn't exist basically. Yeah. There are almost none on eBay, and there are none for any. Well, there are a couple floating around, but they're all fake prices. Like no one is paying £540 for a 4060 Ti. That's asinine, you know. So yeah.
How much is a 2080 Ti? £190. Oh no, that's a standard 2080. Never mind. 208.
Oh, I see. There we go. 208 for a 2080. Yeah.
2080 Ti.
Ti. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's not terrible.
Yeah. It's not bad.
215 if you want a water-cooled one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, one with a water block on it.
Also, again, the 6700 XT is going to be newer, faster, use less power, make less heat.
Yeah.
So, like, while it's nice to put in an 80 Ti for pimp value, the 6700 XT is nothing to be ashamed of. It's not exactly a baby card either.
No. I was looking at it from the other perspective of all we've looked at are AMD and Intel graphics cards.
Yeah, yeah.
Why have we not looked at Nvidia?
Sure.
Oh, this is why we've not looked at Nvidia.
Yeah, because the answer is they either don't exist or they're too expensive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scroll.
Yeah, okay. Right, I think that's decision made.
Yeah.
I think that's our build. So
basically.
So yeah, we'll be able to scrape off a tenner on the price there. So we'll get it possibly. So we'll get it up to sort of 70 quid, but that's passable. And like I say, there's a bunch of stuff in there where you know, I already own it / have absorbed the cost for it. So, you know, my perceived profit is higher than that as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Even though, yeah, I get it, that's not technically how it works. However, as far as my modern finances go, you know.
Yeah. You could increase that by a fiver by going to the CX550.
Yeah. It's also worth noting that all of those parts prices I rounded up to the nearest number as well. So again, the actual profit is going to end up being slightly higher than that. It's probably going to be pushing 70 quid when I factored in the rounding I did anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, and you could push that up slightly by going to the CX550 because it's not going to need a 650.
Yeah, so CX550.
Oh no, it's a tenner difference.
Oh yeah, that's worth doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, CX550 for £46. I might buy 2 of those actually, just so I've got one in stock.
Haven't you?
I don't have any power supplies in stock at the moment. No, I'm not going to keep one in stock because the problem with keeping power supplies in stock is unless you're getting like 650s for sub £50. There's no guarantee that you'll have the right one. The next computer that comes in that needs a new power supply might need something bigger than a 550. So yeah, no, I'll just buy on demand.
Oh no, that's a CX430, isn't it?
Yeah. What about your labour time? I mean, that is the profit, basically. So yeah. you can't. Yeah, you kind of factor your labour time into the profit, basically.
Oh yeah, because that's £53, not £55. Yes.
Yeah. So yes, and we haven't factored Windows, but a Windows license is like £4, so it's a rounding error, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just a rounding error. Cool. All right.
And then you sell them office on top for 80 quid and actually make you profit.
£80. Oh.
Well, yeah,
You
because
could,
if they
yeah.
don't buy it from me, they're spending £160 on it.
Yeah.
So it's half price.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm going to buy everything other than the graphics card, just to get that squared
Yeah.
away. So this, right, that is in stock. The board is on order. The graphics card is need to buy. The RAM is in stock. Right, we need the thing as well.
The thing of the SSD.
Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. Let's take that down to 45. Was that 46?
Yeah.
For a 550. In stock and in stock. All right, so we need the power supply and we need the SSD. So, what was the name of that SSD again?
I just forgotten. Orico?
Orico.
Yeah, there you go. And then I got the JD10, which was that one. The blue one.
J10. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, J10, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure thing. All right. Add to basket. Can you go directly to wholesalers and get a bulk discount? Yeah, but you got to buy in bulk if you want to do that. And by bulk, I would need to be buying. I'd probably need to be buying 30 or 40 SSD, 30 or 40 of an item before I'll get any serious discount.
I'd imagine before you get any discount at all.
Yeah, like we would need to be going into actual bulk numbers. Like bulk means like multiple tens, you know. So yeah. Cool. Right. That's that. Then what's the other thing? Then the graphics card. We'll do that afterwards, just because of things.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Let's just quickly
Is that
come
the
to that for a
only?
second.
Was it
That's
those
it.
three
Everything
items?
else I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We've just gone through it. Right. Cool. Proceed to checkout.
Yeah, those Orico drives are seemingly completely fine.
Yeah. Gift certificates. Oh, ass.
What? And you don't have to use them.
Yeah. No, I will because of reasons. Yeah, no, that's fine. I know what those are. I was just thinking, but yeah, no, that's fine. I had a refund on something and it's refunded onto my Amazon account, and I need to stop refunding things onto the Amazon account. I need to make sure it bounces back into the account so I can do that in the accounts. But yeah, just out of force of habit, I was just like, yeah, just stick it on the account. It'll get buried in some other cost somewhere. The money spends just as well. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So these are now on order. Cool. All right. That's that. We did it, folks. We're building a PC.
Ah. Well, that's not awful.
So, yeah. You don't need to be in bulk. You don't need to buy in bulk from wholesale. The only requirement is to be a business. Yeah, but you're not going to save any money. Yeah, like I guarantee you're not getting better prices than we're finding here.
Certainly not from any
yeah.
of the people who will sell in singles over here.
Yeah, that's it. You know, like this is the thing. I've had many people call me up and say, "Hey, we'll do you really good pricing on PC components." And I'm like, "Cool. How much does a 1 terabyte SSD cost?" And they're like, "It costs X." I'm like, "Cool. I can buy it from Amazon for that."
Yeah.
And I can have it on my door. I can buy that at 10 p.m. and have it on my doorstep before lunchtime next day. Why would I bother filling out a purchase order and going through all the paperwork with you when I could just buy it on Amazon, you know? So yeah, that's the problem. Get an account at A1 distribution. Yeah, but like, is it cheaper? I bet it's not.
Is it cheaper?
I guarantee it's not cheaper
for buying ones and twos.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and like, also again, like for VAT, you know, I can claim my VAT back from Amazon, you know? So that's the thing. So, you know, it's quite, you know, if you find a distributor who actually is saving you money, then sure. But yeah, it's worth noting, I've not looked at this in a long time, but back when I started in this business, in the old days, when I first started doing management at computer shops, we had wholesaler accounts, and every time we were looking there, the prices were pennies cheaper, and they were charging us a £20 order charge and delivery. And I was like, why are we buying from these people? I can just buy it on scan for cheaper than this. That's what we found.
Oh, that's a good point. It's actually probably worth getting a Scan Business account, because I think Scan Business gives you just a flat, 1% discount or something like that from their prices.
Yeah.
So it's just a case of they don't charge you any more to order, and they do give you a flat discount across it.
Yeah. I should probably do that for stuff for commodity items that I'm buying in, like SSDs and things like that.
Yeah.
But
and I believe, based off of talking to someone else, when you get to a certain order value, they do just give you free shipping and so on.
Yeah.
So some of the time, yeah.
Okay, right, yeah, you got to be logged into view prices. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I was going to say I'm familiar with Spire. I don't have an account with them, but again, they've called me up many a time.
Yeah.
But it's just sure. I
think
we could do a fun challenge here, retro or new. Taking SSDs at a price. Could you find? The problem is, we've gone for Orico, which is kind of a brand that I don't know very well, but apparently, so we've gone for an off-brand one anyway. But
but we've literally just gone the cheapest one.
Yeah,
on
sure.
Amazon that has a brand.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, so what's the price of a 1 terabyte SSD on Spire if you're logged into your account?
So yeah. I think for some of it, the pricing variance has gone away somewhat with the existence of eBay, AliExpress, Amazon.
Yeah, I suppose they would have had to lower their prices to compete, because...
Well, also just the fact of, obviously, if Amazon is shipping 26 billion pounds worth of goods a quarter, I know who I'm going to tap up first when I'm supplying.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a case of, for some of it, it's going to be the fact that just Amazon somewhat ate the lunch.
Yeah. Scan apparently just don't want to sell SSDs. That must be an error in the search. Computer hardware, storage, SS solid state drives, M.2. Just M.2. Let's see. Sort low to high.
That's PCIe 5.
Yeah.
It's in categories. So scroll down to the bottom.
Amazon. I hate Scan's categories.
Yes, so effectively scroll down to the next category.
Yeah. Gen 4. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now we're talking, yeah. 500 gig, 1 terabyte. So yeah, they got the Kioxias at £46. That's a good price.
Yeah. Certainly if you get free delivery on them.
Yeah.
Because otherwise that makes it £51.
Yeah, so Scan are competing with Amazon here. So that's very fair.
Yeah.
But yeah. Brands I wouldn't use, such as AData and Team, are £40. Cool. So it's £1 cheaper than what we paid on Amazon. So yeah. But the problem there is just it's £1 cheaper, without the benefits of Amazon distribution, basically, and yeah.
I do have to say, because of the Amazon logistics counting Saturday, Sunday, and bank holidays as standard delivery days, they do beat an awful lot of the other delivery companies, just because they will deliver to you on a Sunday as a standard delivery day, which is kind of...
That's not something that we... theoretically, if I'm ordering commodity items, I don't need that just-in-time delivery. So it feels a little bit unfair to count that, but you know.
Oh no, I'm just meant in the sense of the way that their logistics is set up. It's
but
super.
and also if all else is equal, then yeah, why not?
Yeah. Are you having a coffee, or are you having a cider, or are you having something else as a third option?
I will probably have a coffee. Where are we up to? Yeah, we're at 1 hour 40. Yeah. Yes, I need to use the loo as well, so I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Very well.
And then I'll put on the coffee machine.
Very well.
And such like. And then yeah, we need to shift gear and because we've kind of done the headline topic, so we'll have to. I guess we could do some other specking up of things, because specking up computers is fun because it just leads into conversations about hardware.
I think the other thing we should do is see if we can actually get all of those things working.
Can do. I'm not against that. I was a bit pained to bring back something that got kicked off, but then on the other hand, chat vetoed those, and I was just like, I thought that was interesting personally, and they still need to be done.
See, so, my answer is I don't care.
Yeah, Marcus says fix something, so it's like, all right, we're fixing those Lenovo's. I will be right back, everyone.
It's okay, we're fixing thirst with coffee.
Fix your thirst with Thirst Quencher 9000.
Did you buy a new amplifier and speakers and stuff? Because you said you were going to.
No, I didn't. However, because I bought new studio monitors for home, I brought in my Logitech.
Oh, okay.
Cinemas. But then also, I want to have a look at the control box for the backlight on it. So actually, I'll dig that out in a sec.
Loud noises. It has electrolytes. Oh, I need one of the stupid Lenovo doodads. Where are the stupid Lenovo doodads? Hello, Lenovo doodads. Oh, momentarily. Oh. You are an AC adapter. Doing 40 watts. You are insufficient. You are 40 watts. Oh my god. Are these all 40 watts? You are not 40 watts, but you're the wrong connector. Damn it. I don't know. I'm going to do some reading. Hello, people. 20 volts, 3 amps. Yes, these are insufficient adapters. What are you? You are 90 watts. Does that go on there? It does. Next question. Where's the bloody power cables? Ah. Uzb. You'll do. We need more power. It's true. crunch. Oh. Power. Right. Good. Hello.
Hello. Do you want to pack a mini cheddars?
Sure, thanks. I'm also going to dive into the ciders.
Okay.
We have a plastic bag. Honey's Midford. Honey's Midford. Fine.
Oh no. I've just realised I came out to the kitchen with my microphone on.
You came out with your microphone on and started rustling.
Sorry everyone. I'm mortified in horror.
There you go. Come here. There you go. You are muted.
Not anymore, I'm not.
You can't silence my truth.
Okay, right.
What's happening with these hard drives?
I'm going to throw them at small children.
Excellent. Are you going to hit? Are you going to be successful?
Maybe.
Also, did you order the leads you said you were going to order?
No.
Are you going to order the leads you said you were going to order?
Sure.
What leads do you want?
I'm going to get another pair of these. These are the ones that I use on my main one. They cost £6.50 on AliExpress and they're really good.
Fabulous.
Have I got anything else in my AliExpress basket? No, I don't.
Huh.
Good.
Is this an official
I'll
one?
do.
Is that an official?
Yes, it is.
Type C to MagSafe 3. There we go.
Hate to break it, but there's something on your face. It was pain!
Oh. No.
You can buy the tips only, they're replaceable. It's true.
Oh, Charles. Charles.
What are you talking about? We've both gone like high energy in oddball ways here where we're just making catchphrases.
Do you have DisplayPort? You do have DisplayPort.
Yes, and I know where a cable is. Hang on,
So do I.
Oh, alright, okay.
It is. Not there, it's there. I have the most blowpunked of cables. Oh, actually, it's a Schnicko.
O2O 3D fiber lash. Oh no, I'm doing that thing where I just start looking at more to love on AliExpress. No, close it. Don't fall into the rabbit hole. She's chasing the rabbit in the drift.
Huh?
I watched Pacific Rim the other day.
Oh.
Okay. Good. Some of them £5 SSDs, yeah.
I want to buy,
No, you don't.
and I'm going to buy, the 1080 SSD.
The 1080 SSD.
Yes.
What is that?
A clearly fake SSD.
Okay. What is that, on AliExpress or something?
Yeah, or Amazon. Sorry, or eBay.
I'm going to just type in SSD on AliExpress for a moment. Kodak, what are you doing here?
It's not Kodak, is it?
Well, yeah, I guess, but
Someone has stolen some artwork.
I don't. I mean, have you seen the state of Kodak in the year of our Lord 2025? It would not surprise me if that's if they've licensed the Kodak brand. Alright, price low to high. Somnambulist, 64GB. It's got a dragon on it. That's got to be worth a bit more.
It's a sleepwalking dragon.
Oh, that's bundle deals. Mecha style RGB. It's got 3D NAND on it. 160GB for £5. How much is 500? £11.50. It's got high speed reading and writing. It's probably an SD card in an adapter. Have I ever had trouble with GameX PSUs? Nope. I think I've seen like one failure, and I went through a phase of fitting them fairly often as well.
Did you come back in here and sit down and not bring with you the item?
Correct. I turned on the coffee machine. I think I set it up, and I might have... Oh yeah, no, I started it running, and then I came in.
It ran out of water before it coffeed.
Okay. Alright.
I'll let you sort yourself out.
So you went out there, looked at the coffee machine, and then said, Graham, your coffee isn't working, and then came back in here.
I mean, I filled it up with water and it's heating up.
Okay.
I'll let you fettle it to your preference.
I can't hear you over the sound of the coffee machine.
Fettle away! Fettle! How do I get these things off again? Oh yeah, that way. I want to make you post. Dragon's worth 10 FPS, it's a rule. I agree.
Right, did you find a display port? Cool.
See.
Alright, tidy up while you're back there, Graham. No, you.
Oh, it's there. I was like, I saw a screwdriver a moment ago. But that's probably also too small.
Right, okay, I'll watch chat while you do stuff.
Standard.
Yeah. Let's see, what's the difference between DJI Mic 1 and DJI Mic 2? Is that as in, like, the models? Because the new ones are smaller, basically. Would you trust AliExpress for SSDs? No. Not in the slightest, to be honest. It's kind of weird that there is some stuff where you can... there's some... So with AliExpress, there are certain things where you're going to order it and you know it's probably going to be a knockoff, but it doesn't matter because the knockoff is just as good as the original. And that's when you're buying like small electronics and stuff like that. And then, like, if it's something like CPUs, like, it's pretty hard to make a knockoff CPU. The only way that you can do it is when it's just when it's just absolutely flagrantly a fake, like it's just an old chip where they've just lasered off the original markings or something like that. But like when you buy AMD CPUs on AliExpress, just yeah, there's a pretty good chance that you'll get the real deal. Like I think I've bought like 4 of them now, and I don't buy CPUs very often. I've ordered like 4 of them and not had a single bad one. Your mileage may vary. You know, Caradog, you've had quite a couple off of AliExpress, I assume, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, and so has Sai. I don't know if I don't think Sai's had any issues because he probably would have told people about it.
I think his only issue is he hasn't been able to scam AliExpress out of coins.
Yeah, Captain Karen.
Oh, God.
However, for SSDs and storage and SD cards and stuff like that, counterfeiting is so rampant on commodity items like that, because they're purchased by standard consumers, not specialists. They're very easy to fake, and there are lots of people faking them. So your chances of getting a fake are extraordinarily higher on that. And the same thing goes for Amazon, you know.
I think my fake tolerance is way higher than other people's, because for me it why do I care? It turns up, it's fake. I go to AliExpress and say it's fake, and I have my money back.
Yeah. This is assuming that you're. This is before we even get to that point. Yeah.
So it's just yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. The one on your glasses is a Mic 1. Yes, it is. Yeah. I thought the CPUs in those thin clients are soldered. Nope, they are socketed. We were looking at these.
These thin clients.
Yeah,
they are socketed.
Yeah, these are older ones. These are all 6th gen. These are all 6th gen boxes.
6500T though.
So that's the thing. So no, I would not buy an SSD from AliExpress because you got a pretty high percentage of getting an SSD in a plastic box. Sorry, a SD card in a plastic box there.
You know what? I'll be adventurous. I'll commit.
Oh yeah, I need to buy thermal paste.
You should buy the cheapest.
I'm gonna buy a big one. Yeah.
You should buy the cheapest one you can find.
No.
Yes.
Because I will open it.
The cheapest one you can find.
I'm gonna buy it.
Whether it's MX4, whether it's MX5, whether it's Arctic Silver Ceramique.
Ceramique. What if I buy the cheapest I can find? It's going to be some no-brand Chinese stuff, and I'm going to open it. And 2 days later, it will have separated into water and a viscous white substance. I will not elaborate.
Do you know what that is? It will have separated into oil and zinc powder.
Probably. However, the point is, it just dies.
But in all seriousness, you should probably just buy GD900. Because last I checked, that was cheap. And you know, everyone and their mums is packing around here. And by packing, I mean buying GD900.
What do you think about GD900 from AliExpress?
Yes.
Yeah.
Assuming it's actually cheaper.
Let's see.
Oh no.
30 gram tube.
Help me, Graham.
£3.50, including VAT. Are you okay, or are you?
Help me. I fucking screwed the cable behind the heatsink. It's okay, all I need it to do is post. It doesn't need that much cooling.
That's why you buy the tub and then remix it when it separates. Ugh.
Yeah.
But it'll separate in the laptop.
Oh, no it won't. Because that's a pressured environment.
It'll
be fine. Anyway, why do you care? It's not in your shop anymore.
Not how this works.
I mean, it is.
Right. So, going through the chat super quick. Liquid metal is the best thermal interface.
I'm a genius!
Apparently so.
I made it post.
Liquid metal is the best thermal interface. However, it's race car thermal interface. You shouldn't be using it in a production environment. I will die on that hill. The PS5 pumps out.
Disagree.
All of the Asus laptops pump. Well, they don't all pump out, but just I do not think it should be used in a production environment.
Disagree.
Yeah.
I think that we need to know if we can get BIOSes for these.
Get what?
BIOSes.
Sure.
Oofies.
What was it?
This is a ThinkCentre M700. 10HY. Because I'm imagining if we find a BIOS update for it, we might be able to get the 7th gen parts to work.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. I don't want system update.
You're looking at how-to guides.
I'll how to your face in a minute.
That's troubleshoot and diagnose. I think you want the one to the left that's drivers and software.
I was going to get there eventually.
Down. Up. That one.
Right, for ThinkCenter M700 Tiny. Why is it 40 megabytes? What the hell? Not that it matters, but... can I have a... Oh, download, there we go.
Please sign into your
What am I
Lenovo
what
corporate
am I
account to
looking at
download
here?
this.
Is this the total size of all of them there? Operating system version. Flash BIOS. Hang on a second, I'm just going to full screen this just to make sure. BIOS version, CD ISO image version, oh my god. Windows BIOS setting tool. USB drive package. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what we want.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Yeah, there we go. That makes way more sense.
Look,
Hello, would you like a 40 gig BIOS update?
I love how you sort of leaned in, you're like, yeah, that's what we want. You know?
I was like, yes.
All right. So yeah, liquid metal, not a marketing gimmick. It is legitimately good. However, like I say, the problem is it's not good long term. Is the problem? You can use it and everything, but it shouldn't.
It's for a use case different to that which most people think it is for.
Yes, precisely that. Where do I buy my Windows licenses? I use gamersoutlet.net.
I use my affiliate account on gamersoutlet.net. Get the link from the DMs, Graham. Get the link from the DMs.
Aww.
Shill yourself. It's pinned. It's right there.
I love how you pinned stuff in our own DMs.
It's right there. So you can then put that. No, you need the Chrome window.
I'm doing it.
You were going towards the Edge window.
Oh, that was B. And go.
This must be bold.
All right.
I also realise now what we should do is make a bot command. It just is like exclamation mark keys.
It's true. All right. Not sure if you can coffee time it to accept low power 8th gen. We don't have any 8th gen CPUs, so I'm not going to bother. That would be interesting because theoretically that might trick it into having official Windows 11 support.
Or you just Rufus it and not
Yeah.
care.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just thinking hypothetically. You know, if we happen to have 8th gen CPUs lying around.
Oh, I see.
You know, but we don't. We don't have 8th gen CPUs
Yeah.
lying around, and I'm not buying CPUs for these things. So
No. Which one for the BIOS updating?
None of those.
These are all special and important, filled with
Oh,
data.
data. Oh,
That's not my name.
hey, you got that reference?
All right,
We'll use this
Pulowski.
one. I'm using this one now.
Very well.
Ew, it's a surface recovery one. Yeah, we're definitely nuking that.
I'm going around.
I'm going around. Okay. It is. Cool, right. Zipping through
Arouse.
thing again. What are we planning to do with these thin clients? Refurbish them and sell them. Treb says, I think Sony screwed up the PS5 cooling and had to add in the liquid metal at the last minute to fix their screw up. I agree. I think Sony made the cooling system for the PS5 too small and they used liquid metal because they were out of options.
Given how
It
big
was-
the console is, it is slightly surprising.
The cooling system is way too small for the volume of space. It's because it's all sexy curves and plastic covers. Whereas the Series X, it's a literal box. So it's got a big ass heatsink in it. So it doesn't need LM.
Yeah.
Whereas Sony, they had to have this sleek curved thing that didn't sit flat on a table, and so they couldn't fit a big enough heatsink in it. So they had to LM it because otherwise they would have to redesign the whole product.
Yeah.
You know, because there were rumors during the development of the PS5 that they were having difficulty with cooling, and it shows. Right. What are we showing to the masses at the moment? Let's go back to face cam because I'm not doing anything there. Let's have a look at this. All right. What are they?
Oh no.
Yeah. So we've got a ROM. I don't think this needs to be bootable. Oh, I don't know how you make a bootable flash drive these days. Rufus can do it, can't it? Yeah, yeah. Okay, right. Have I got Rufus on here? I'm going to quickly download Rufus.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that there's... I mean, put it into BIOS and just check if it's got a in-BIOS updater. I doubt it. I'll be surprised if it does.
Yeah. No. My statement is just that you have to make one. Seems ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, I see that it doesn't have a little executable to make it. Yeah, let's check the README file as Lead Farmer just said. Hang on a sec. Installation instructions. All right. Unpack and copy all files to a DOS bootable memory key.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just Old Testament.
Please update your flashing procedure to comply with 1999.
Yeah. I mean, unironically...
Oh.
Oh, yeah, okay, that needs to be erased. Yeah, pull that SSD out and we'll erase it. We'll blast the my standard 11 image onto it. I was going to say, unironically, it might...
And we'll just Windows flash it then.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, unironically, it might be easier to just Windows flash it. I'm going to do this anyway, just to see if this method actually works at present, just out of curiosity. Right, Rufus, download, portable.
No, that will not fit in your dock. I cannot do that level of...
Oh, yeah, no.
I cannot do that level of disrespect.
Do you want to? Nope.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, it's quick release. Yeah, you'll still have to take some of the screws off to put it into the dock, but... yeah. The real question is how well the PS5 Pro's cooling will hold up. Oh, the PS5 Pro. Don't know anything about the PS5 Pro. I still haven't seen one. So, yeah. ISO and Ventoy. Or just Rufus. I have still not used Ventoy because I've just not seen a reason to use it. Rufus.
Oh, is that not how you made your multi-boot drives? I thought you used that...
No, I did that all manually. Because back in the...
right,
in the long... in the past, the long ago, disk utility on macOS was actually good. And it actually did things.
With disks and utilities.
Disk utility of old, when I actually made those multi-boot drives, could actually do stuff.
And you just use it?
The password is...
yeah. I thought the username was something different. I was just like,
no.
Have I just booted into something I shouldn't have done?
It is just user. I just use a blank thing. This needs a new install of Windows on it, to be honest. That was... the install of Windows on that computer is back from like the Windows 11 beta, like the final public beta or the pre-release or whatever it was called. And like it's been updated since then, but it's a long way. It's a long time since that's had a clean install.
Restore complete disk from images.
Yes, and then
browse.
Go to desktop.
Desktop.
And then Win 11 24H2. Oh, that's 512. Go back up a level. 24H2 256. That'll do it.
This is 120.
Oh, rip. Oh, not. Oh. Use the 256 one. It'll probably fit anyway. We'll just double click H.
There you go.
Then Yes, let's SanDisk. I'm not going to use this SSD in here. Oh, I guess I could. Whatever. We'll do this for now just to get
just go next.
Yeah.
Overwrite all data. Yes.
Yeah. And then just click on OK. And then that should get going. Yeah, I'm not going to sell this with a 128 gig SSD in it, but this just gets us a working Windows drive to put into these computers right now. So yeah.
Oh, there is M.2.
Yeah, they do have M.2, yeah. Oh, there's a little one there as well, because there was one on the bottom. So they've got two. Have they got two M.2 slots? Whack. Oh no, this one's an oddball one. Is this the one with the coloured? Yeah. Yeah, this is the single one that's slightly different to the rest. Alright, hang on a sec, I'm making my things. So, FreeDOS. Recovery 16 gig. Start. All days of use. Yep, good, cool. All right. Whitelisted properly. Not for an SSD, surely.
And if it is, it works with insert generic SanDisk SSD.
Yeah. Oh well, that's SATA though. But for M.2 drives, because it's PCI Express, they can mess it about. It's probably picky about Wi-Fi cards and stuff like that. But yeah, an M.2 SSD, I'll be amazed if it bothers to whitelist those.
We shall see.
Cool. Good. Right. Oh. Rufus is just gone. I don't know if it succeeded or not. Apparently it succeeded though, so sure. Right, okay. Copy all of that to recovery. There are tricks to running a Windows 11 on old hardware, but you never tried them. Rufus is the answer to that. Yep. I'll show people how to do this just to mark it out. So go to rufus.ie/en and you download Rufus with the download link here, and that gives you Rufus. And what you do is you select your ISO. Have we got one downloaded here? Have I got any ISOs on this computer? No. No. However, you select your Windows 11 ISO that you've downloaded from the Microsoft website, and once again, download Windows 11, download Windows 111, download Windows 11, download ISO for x64 devices. There we go. Bam. So that gets you your Windows 11 ISO. And then you download that, select it in Rufus, and when you click Start, it will pop up with additional options offering to remove the minimum system requirements and also offering to automatically make like a local user account or disable BitLocker and things like that. And that's it. That's all you do. It's that simple. This is why every time someone's just like, use Ventoy, I'm just like, why would I use anything other than Rufus? It's that simple. I don't need anything else. This works. So, also I've used Rufus for ages. I like it. Right. Also, JD says, Caradog, did you set Nightbot to send out the Discord link every X minutes?
Yes, 30.
Very well. That seems fairly reasonable. Just use an auto-attend file. Or just use Rufus. I don't understand why you would complicate this any further. This is the thing. Like, I tell you what this reminds me of. It's like when I make spaghetti bolognese and I use a jar sauce. Someone's just like, oh, but it's so easy to make your own sauce. And I'm like, you know what else is really easy? Opening a jar. It doesn't get any easier. Ventoy does bypasses as well. Then use that. I don't care. Rufus, what are you going to do? Save me one click? Ventoy doesn't bypass requirements. ISO has to be patched. There we go then. I don't know why people...
Then that's literally worthless by comparison to this conversation.
Yeah.
What?
Have you finished your... I've lost track of whose cheddars are whose.
This empty bag of cheddars is my empty bag of cheddars.
Okay, these last 3 are mine. I'm going to eat my cheddars instead of getting into an argument with chat. Not that I've ever done that before. Okay. I finished crunching into the mic.
Crunch, 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 nom, nom, nom.
Right. Is that posting?
Posting, yes.
Booting, no.
No.
Interesting.
But also it only acknowledges the existence of USB SATA M.2.
Sorry, USB SATA...
M.2. It does not accept the existence of NVMe M.2.
Oh, I see, yeah,
in the BIOS.
Yeah, maybe Lead Farmer's right. Maybe it's whitelisted for M.2 drives. Yeah, see what it automatically boots. Which would be terrible, and not the end of the world because we can just shove SATA disks into them. Although that's going to suck because I don't think I've got that. I don't have SATA SSDs for all of these. That doesn't look like that's going to work. I'm not convinced about that flash drive setup. Yeah, go into BIOS and set the boot order, I guess. That is a CSM booting drive, so you... Oh, no, that was CSM boot we were looking at there anyway, so...
So do you need me to enable?
Yeah, enable CSM. Yeah, that should do fine. That should find it from there.
Yeah, and then the boot sequence is just literally everything that exists on the device.
I'm going to set up... oh no, we're on DisplayPort, aren't we? Yeah. No, we can't capture DisplayPort. I was going to set up capture just for the sake of showing people what's going on, but doesn't matter. Cool. Right. M.2 needs UEFI boot. No, it doesn't. However, I would use UEFI boot anyway. The only reason why I've done CSM boot on this is because we're booting into DOS. And I don't know, that's just what Rufus automatically selected, and I assume it has some semblance of an idea of what it's doing. Doing something. No, it's not doing anything. Okay. Bollocks to this, let's win flash it. How long's left on this? Oh, that's taking its sweet time. Doesn't bode well for the condition of that drive.
No. Where is my Ghost Spectre SSD?
So there are 2 of them.
Also, which one's your Windows 11 flash drive?
Top left. That's a good question. Where is the other Ghost Spectre drive? Oh, I know where it is. It's in the system we built last week. Let me pull it out. It needs to come out of this PC anyway. I need a screwdriver.
I need healing.
Thank you. I'll return.
Very well. Can we boot the Windows installer? The answer is
You probably want to put it back.
no.
You'll probably want to switch off CSM boot again, because that might be throwing it off. Because now, at this point, we specifically want to be in UEFI mode. So, oh yeah, I'm going to carry on ordering my my GD900. I'll just check eBay prices before I buy it from China.
And Amazon.
And Amazon. GD900.
How much are you buying? 4 kilos.
30 gram syringe kit is £9 on Amazon. GD900. It is 5, 6, 7, 8 quid. 780. No, it's not. That's for 15 grams. $780. And on AliExpress, it is £3.50 with choice delivery. So, oh, that's free shipping over 8 quid.
Buy several.
Yeah. Let's get two 30-gram tubes, and I'll get a couple of 7-gram tubes. Right, go to cart. Estimated total £10.44. Sold. Do you get a bulk discount? Ah!
Jewelry has been removed from this channel. 6 devices around the shop immediately go, oh my god, you've signed in!
Alright, done and done. Cool, right, let's close all of this nonsense. Done, 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 done. Great success. Alright. Good! Alright. So, are you still in the realm of trying to make it boot anything?
It will not boot from this SSD, this flash drive, or this flash drive.
Whack.
But it recognises that this flash drive exists.
That's a start. If it doesn't start on this one, try plugging it into the USB 2 port on the back right.
Oh!
Oh, it's doing
we've
it.
got a spinner!
It's working! It's working!
Terminator 2.
I was doing the
Yeah.
Phantom Menace, but
Yeah, and then you take that scene where he's going, it's working, and then you cut to the opening of T2.
oh, I see. Yeah, with the nuclear blast. Yeah, fair.
It booted off the flash drive.
That's something. Yeah. Go far enough to to see disk setup and see if it's recognizing that the disk is there. Yeah. Because we'll see if it actually recognizes there's an SSD connected. Because if it doesn't see the SSD, then it must be whitelisting NVMe drives, which will suck balls. It's not the end of the world, because we can get SATA drives for them, but like NVMe drives are cheaper than SATA at this point. So,
Nope.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you called it, Lead Farmer. It's whitelisting NVMe drives. I mean, given what these things are designed for, that's not unreasonable.
Yeah.
Because it means people can't mess about with them. But yeah.
That's also just frickin' stupid.
Yeah. We had
Hi, we're going to turn this into e-waste.
Yeah, we had some of these booting from NVMe drives, though, didn't we? Or
Yeah.
did we not get any of them? I'm sure
I
we
don't
had
know.
some of them booting from NVMe. Yeah. All right.
What the
I
fuck?
think that SSD is knackered.
It is writing at 9 1,000 kilobytes.
Yeah, like we're trying to restore like maybe 60 gigs to it.
Yeah.
There's no planet where it should be taking this long.
Have you got a working
Yeah,
SATA?
let's cancel this, and we'll just temporarily I'll just shove this Crucial BX in there.
Very well.
So yeah, we'll just get that restoring. All right, I vote we get one of the other ones posting while we wait for
Indeed.
while I get an SSD ready.
I'm going to. Oh, is that the antenna? I have
Yes.
removed it from here unintentionally.
Yeah, it's probably just double-sided taped on.
Whoops. Oh well. Anyway. Right. Whilst we wait for that to do stuff, I'm going to steal its processor again. Damn it.
Yeah, that's been happening on that one.
Yeah, because there's a hole.
Yeah. I'll fix it again and flood it with glue.
I'm also going to just de-item. There are items in the item area. Stop the items in the item area! Right. Oh yeah, I'm going to steal the CPU.
I'm picking a knot.
Give me your CPU.
Oh God.
Give me your Bryans.
Wait, it's a slip knot. It will just pull through. Oh my God. Okay.
I put my fingers in turbine.
I don't know a single word to that song, but I know the song.
It's the only way I can numb the pain. Anywho, we have,
Absolute banger, mind you, you know.
based off of our extensive top man testing,
Top men.
we have a working CPU and we have working RAM, so I'm stealing the CPU and the RAM from this machine.
Yeah, actually, yeah, legitimate. Yeah, that's a good idea.
CPU,
What CPU is it that is a known good?
6500T.
Okay, yeah, that's right. To be honest, considering these were all a bit of a mixed bag, just going forward with known good RAM and CPU, just so we can figure out which ones are shagged and which ones aren't, is a good
Yeah.
idea.
It's also the fact that the BIOS in this is from something like 2014. But the build date of the BIOS we're flashing on there is something like 2020, isn't it? It's just like, hello, would you like to jump forwards half a decade on
Yeah.
BIOS versions? Ah! I also did the special treat of finding the 90 watt adapter instead of the 40 watt adapter for the 65 watt PCs.
Cool. Glue.
I just took the CPU and I don't know where I put the CPU.
There.
That's a 75. That's a 75. The 75s can go over here in the CPU box. I will attempt to keep track of my marbles.
Yeah, that's the 6500T, so I'm assuming that's your known good.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Right, that has been redone. It's got some glue on it, so handle with care.
Excellent. Thank you.
Cool. Right, what am I doing? I am fixing this.
Yes.
Why did... Snapshot, why are you being weird like that?
Damn it, Snapshot.
Alright, restore disk. Alright, it's being weird. I'm going to reboot the computer. Alright. Cool.
Undo all the screws.
Right, so the one on the bench posts, yeah. Have we got a... I'm just going to have a quick look through. Right, this one has boot tick on it.
Cool.
I'm going to sneak around the side here and just fire this one up just to confirm that nothing has happened to it in the meantime.
This has no CPU in it. That would be why it doesn't post.
Quite so.
Why don't you post? That is.
Yep. Oh. Cool. Just see if that does anything.
Oh yeah, the RAM's on the bottom on these ones, isn't it?
There's a chance we can mod BIOS with NVMe stuff. Maybe. We'll keep an open mind about that. We'll keep an open mind about that because also though, like, even though NVMe drives are cheaper, I don't have a whole bunch of NVMe drives kicking around to put in these anyway. I've only got 1 or 2 spares. And while NVMe drives are cheaper than SATA, I can still buy some cheap SATA SSDs for these, you know. I'd probably rather do that than dick around with a modified BIOS. Like, it's going to cost me like another £2 to buy SATA SSDs for them. So, like, yeah, it's not that much of a detriment, in all honesty.
Can you see if you can find a BIOS for this one?
Yeah, stand by. Right, that still boots.
So you might as well do the BIOS updates
on all of them. Yeah. All right. Right. So we had one M700, and
this is
then
an M710Q.
Say that again.
M710 N710
Q.
Yeah.
November Mike. Just Mike. Okay.
Yeah. The model is 10MQ.
Yeah. Oh, that's a PDF. Sorry, this is no longer available. I should hope not. Services? Oh, I hate it when there's no link to the downloads from the product information page. Support. Order lookup. Oh my god. Online support.
Oh, this is the one that ticks.
Oh yeah.
This is the one that we spent a while looking at.
Yeah. Oh, that one can die in a fire.
I'm going to take the bits out of it and stick it in the bag behind me.
Yeah. Are we going to steal the DisplayPort off of it to put on the one that had this broken DisplayPorts?
Can do.
Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to do that just for the lols. Lenovo. Oh my god, Lenovo driver downloads.
I'm also
there we
going
go.
to take.
Right, support and drivers. That's
Where
more like
is
it.
your masking tape?
View PC support. Nope. And we had a M710Q. Right. And what was the type on that? MQ. 10YC. So yeah, I'm going to go with that one, I think. Downloads. Yeah, I've already done that, Lead Farmer. I'm not an idiot. I've been doing this for decades. I know how to find drivers for software. Alright, manual update. Cool, let's see. BIOS update, operating system version for Windows 7, Windows 10, that'll do. Download.
Okay.
Oh, also we want the we need the Windows version for the other one that we had. The other one was the M700. History. Operating system version. Give me that as well. There we go. Got to use ChatGPT and asked where to get them. Oh God. I swear, every time someone says, I asked ChatGPT for you, I want to punch them in the face.
I was like, oh, I see, you are an idiot.
Actually learn something. AI is anti-education.
What, like the fact that something is spelt with a G, not a K?
Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't have its uses, but
we're yet to find them.
Well, everyone just immediately going to it for everything is anti-educational. You gotta learn to think for yourself, people. What are you gonna do when ChatGPT is offline? You're lost. You don't know how to do anything.
Now you sound like my teacher who says you won't have a calculator in my pocket.
Well, yeah, that's a fair rebuttal. But also, I think that's I don't think we're quite that far along with it yet. Like in the 80s, that was a fair rebuttal to people saying I'm going to use a calculator, but you know. It's the same as people who use who use Windows search to find any setting and stuff like that. I'm like, no, learn where it is in the control panel.
Why?
You might not always have search available.
Why not? What, because you've broken searching on my device?
Maybe you have.
Because you've sabotaged me. Okay, well, Mr. Graham, how do I fix broken search on my...
You probably reinstall Windows, to be honest, because if you've broken Windows search, your Windows install must be proper broken. Cool, right. Let's shove those BIOS downloads onto there. Refresh.
Check it out.
No, Graham, says JD, I will use search all I want.
No, Graham, says JD, I'll use ChatGPT to tell me how to overclock.
ChatGPT is great for writing professional letters or CV cover letters. You know what I do when I need to write a professional letter or a CV cover letter? I write the goddamn letter! Because I learn English.
Anyone who sent me a cover letter written by ChatGPT, because you can tell, it's blindingly obvious to anyone remotely educated.
Yeah.
You'll immediately just reply to that and say, don't use AI for your application.
Yeah.
Your application is going no further.
Yeah. Instant
Denied.
bin. You couldn't be bothered to write a cover letter. You know. Imagine taking the effort to open ChatGPT instead of just writing, hi, I've enclosed my CV for the job application. Thank you for your consideration. You know. Write the goddamn letter. I don't know why I've walked over here.
Reset the clock.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, I restarted this to hacking thing, yeah.
Has it done it yet?
Not yet, because I haven't started it, because Snapshot is being weird and I don't know why.
It's okay. Ask Gemini.
I am gonna have to say goodbye to Snapshot at some point. It is just, it's starting to get weird. Also, it's just, What the hell?
What?
It just won't do the thing. Okay. Oh, it might be that this SSD I've plugged in is knackered. Oh, I think the SSD I've put in doesn't work, which is why Snapshot is having a world-class hissy fit. All right, so I forgive you, Snapshot. That's kind of justified.
Do you want to try using this one instead? This one needs wiping. Because it's just come out of this machine that needs wiping.
Sure. Oh yeah, that's 250 gigs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crunch! Crunch!
Shush. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Shan't. I will bully you as I wish.
Oh my god. Right. SanDisk.
If you cannot write an email in corporate... Oh, in a corporate setting. Wait, I was going to say. Because writing an email in corporate is not writing in English. Writing it in corporate involves lots of circling around and reverting back to and living, breathing documentation.
All right, that's now cracking along. Cool. Right.
Excellent.
What have you done so far? Because the two that we're here.
I've taken the drive out.
Yeah, and now we're erasing it. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And you're moving on to another
I have
one.
labelled the dead one that ticks as dead in ticks.
Cool.
I've also put a label inside that says dead ticks.
So if I'm just like, I don't believe you, label, and there's another label inside. No, seriously, it doesn't work. You know, stop trying to fix this goddamn computer.
It may be worth £17.
I hate corporate so much. I much prefer the numbers don't agree with what you're saying.
Just to ensure clarity and understanding, could you repeat that for me? Just so I understood your instructions correctly, you wanted me to violate these laws?
Right, there's 5 minutes remaining on that drive restore, which sounds a lot more appropriate.
Oh look, it's going to take 5 minutes, not 19 hours. It's the one that's dead, Graham.
I know. I was just waiting. I was just looking to see what you had put on it. But were you holding the Sharpie like by the end of it? Because this is some calligraphy you've written here. ChatGPT, can you do my handwriting for me?
Kids these days don't know how to read bloody cursive.
If that's I see. That's what you call that, is it?
Bloody state school kids, aren't they?
Alright. I don't need to be doing anything right now. You're doing stuff. Alright, cool.
Is there a CPU? Yes.
I assume this one wasn't posting, or are you
I don't
just,
know.
Okay, yeah, you're just putting known goods
I'm
in.
verifying everything.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see where you're up to.
It has a 6th gen CPU in it.
I've lost the plot in this stream, so I'm just trying to catch up and figure out what the hell we're actually doing.
This has a 6th gen CPU in it. Therefore, it should post with that 6th gen CPU.
Paige just said, I hate AI so much it made me active in chat. How dare you? No punctuation.
Excellent.
Ah!
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Colonel says, I used ChatGPT to figure out what I'm going to type in chat. Like this message I brought to you by, spelled B-U-Y, ChatGPT. I got slightly stupider reading that message.
Ah, yes. And this is ShagGPT. Wait.
That's character.ai.
Actually, I think it's Perplexly.
I don't know that one.
Oh, okay. Very well. No, where's my Ghost Spectre SSD? Ah, it's there. Good. I
haven't touched it. I've not done anything with your Ghost Spectre.
It's fine. I thought I left it in the bottom of the dead one. It's dead, Graham.
Did you take the CPU and RAM out of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's dead.
Are you sure you put that on the right way?
Yes.
Okay, good. I don't know why I'm backseating. WhatsApp now has AI. Ugh.
Yeah, it's got Meta AI in it. That's not the power button.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah,
the power button.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the intrusion switch, isn't it? Yeah.
Help me. I've been intruded. There we go. It posts.
It's a good start. CPU fan failure.
CPU fan failure. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so I've not plugged it in. That's fine.
Cool. That's seeing an NVMe SSD.
Yeah. Because I've chucked it in the bottom.
Of course, yeah, yeah.
I meant to unplug this, but didn't get that far in my thought process.
Are you going to plug in? Yeah. And so we'll see if that boots from it.
I'm now actually going to screw down the CPU cooler and everything.
Yeah, because if it's just that M700 that's got whitelisted NVMe drives, then that will be a good escape.
Yeah. Yes.
What happened to the other one that's dead? No idea. It's got some kind of
dead.
It's dead. Move on. It's got some kind of power fault with it that is causing a MOSFET or something to make a ticking sound. We had a look at it a couple of weeks ago and got nowhere with it. So I have less than zero interest in diagnosing it. So yeah. We had a look and we dug into it. We got nowhere, wasted a lot of time, and I ended the stream feeling very depressed about it. Not literally depressed, just like sort of. I ended the stream and thought to myself, well, that was a waste of bloody time, which is not a good feeling. But yeah, the ticker, yeah. So it's sleeping.
May I
The
have
big sleep, the forever sleep.
a BIOS for an M710Q that's
Yes.
flashable from Windows?
Yes. There's two BIOSes on there. The one you want is... The one you want starts with M1.
There we go.
Did these have HDMI on them, or were they... Yeah.
I did not see it, but...
Oh, there's the one with the busted display port. No operating system found. Whack. Might be in legacy boot, I guess. Yeah, actually, I think that's worth... Actually, I think it will be in legacy boot because UEFI, if there's no operating system found, it will just go to BIOS.
Fucking...
Probably. What are these Think Centers for? So these are enterprise thin clients. So typically, these are tiny little mini PCs that would be mounted on the back of a monitor or just directly under a monitor, and they're designed to be just smallest viable product, assuming that the user is doing most of their work by remoting into a server, or that there is some kind of business server that is doing all the heavy lifting. And these
or their workload is most corporate workloads of
Office.
Opening Outlook,
yeah,
sending emails in Outlook,
yeah. In which case you don't even need to
sending more emails in Outlook,
yeah. But
and then providing shareholder value.
But yeah, these things are running 6th Gen i5, so they're fine. You know, you can.
How do I get this to fucking BIOS? Because it's not enter,
isn't it? Oh, try FN F2. Don't forget, if you're doing any F keys, you've got to hold down the FN key. I thought it was enter on these though.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to try FN F2. Ah, get in the hole. Get in the hole.
Have you thought about doing a LAN party with these thin clients?
No.
What are we going to play? Minesweeper? Yeah. No.
I'll have you know, it will play the original build of Doom.
It will. It's true. Also, I'm going to see if I've got a DisplayPort to HDMI adapter. Our snapshot is done before you completely self-destruct.
Excellent.
Satisfaction not guaranteed. I'm going to have a rummage down here to see if we've got a DP to HDMI.
Give me.
We do. So we can now capture. I'm going to get a capture going.
You don't need that.
Right, that goes to HDMI out.
Right.
And then that goes in there. And I'm going to pass you another HDMI cable to the capture card, which is here.
I see. Clatter, clatter.
There we go.
Would you like a super speed keyboard port?
A super speed keyboard port.
It's a USB that said super speed, but also had a keyboard next to it.
Oh, I see. I see. Right. Capture with face.
How did I get this to
I
do
don't know.
anything?
Oh, it helps if I actually make the source visible. There's no signal out at the moment. Maybe it's outputting on the other display port. Also, that wasn't even plugged in properly, which probably doesn't help. Oh, there you go. There's a flashing cursor. Okay, right. Oh, okay. Ah, there we go. Oh, there we go. It's a beautiful picture. Yeah, Capture loves that. Okay. Hold on. Oh, it does not like that. Okay, hold on. I'll give it one more chance, otherwise it looks like that's just not happening. We're not seeing that picture on the monitor. That's the capture doing that. Hey, okay, there we go. Capture is now working. All right. Huzzah! Cool, now you guys can see what we're actually doing. Oh yeah, it's on legacy only.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, and everything's on there now. Good.
Cool. Good. Right, so have we decided that it did not want to boot from NVMe? Or do we need to check that one last time because it was in CSM boot?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Okay. Right, so if this comes up as Ghost Spectre, then it's booted from NVMe. If it comes up not in Ghost Spectre, then it booted from the SATA drive. That's Ghost Spectre. So yeah, okay, so it has booted from NVMe. Good.
Excellent.
All right, so
Lovely.
yeah.
Where
So
is
the M710Qs will boot from NVMe.
Is this got the...
That's the BIOS drive, yes. Yep. And you want the file beginning with M1. I would copy it to the desktop.
Bonk.
Huzzah! Right, why are those thin clients on legacy mode? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, just old Windows installs maybe. Or it might be that they were originally configured by, there's a lot of reasons. Whoever originally set them up may have just been using an old flash drive that was legacy. Would you like to upgrade the serial number? Oh, interesting.
Yes, I would like to update the machine to tell it it's a Windows 11 compatible machine.
Yeah. That's kind of wild that it just lets you do that. Like, it doesn't surprise me that there is a method for doing this stuff, because you might want to do this on enterprise systems. I'm just surprised that that is done just from the BIOS update utility and not some kind of separate utility that you need to very deliberately use in order to do that. Cool. All right. So, did we get any of them working on the 7th gen CPUs? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Why is there a Windows utility to boot you into the BIOS setup utility that does the... Why can't it just BIOS... Ah!
To be honest, this is my... I would rather... This is the preferred way of doing a BIOS update as far as I'm concerned. I think this is the safest method. It's just kind of weird that the...
through some Windows program?
Well, the Windows program put the BIOS image into some area of the computer to be written on the next restart. Like, this is the current meta for how you would do a BIOS update. So yeah. Anyway, right. So we're coming up to the 3-hour marker. So we'll do this BIOS update. We'll shove the 7th gen CPU in and see if it starts. And if it does, at that point we can say, cool, these things will run the 7th gen CPUs. We've just got to BIOS update them first, probably. Or at any rate, that means they'll be up to speed. So yeah. Firephone says, how will you price them? I don't know. I'd probably sell these. I'd have to look up, but like with a 7th gen CPU and Windows 11 and a 250 gig SSD in them, you know, I'd probably sell these for 200 quid or something like that for a small office computer. I'd have to have a look. Most of the chassis seem to be in pretty decent condition. None of them are super beaten up. So yeah. Did he just tear out the SSD while rebooting? Yes.
The other SSD?
Yeah, not the one that we weren't booting from, to clarify.
The non-boot SSD?
£200, are you joking? How much would you value it at, Kiki? To put things in perspective, you could buy an 8th gen Optiplex for about between 150 and £200 on eBay, and I would be so yeah. And so, you know, a 7th gen computer with, you know, 8 gigs of RAM, 250 gig SSD, Windows 11, all set up, ready to go. You can sell that for 200. 200 quid, you can buy a whole laptop with a 10th gen i5 CPU. From where? I'd love to know where you're finding 10th gen. 10th gen i5 CPU. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, you can get Latitude's 10th gen i5s for about 200. Yeah, that's true. That's cost price though. You know, what are you going to sell those at? 250, 300? Don't forget, I'm in business to make money.
Right. That's done. That's sorted. This one is updated.
So I'm pricing these for what the customer is going to pay. And that means cost price plus profit. It's worth more on eBay? No. with Office. I install Office on request. If people ask for it, I use that as part of the sales pitch. If someone's just like, oh, will it have Office? I'll be like, yeah, I can do you Office on there for you to sweeten the deal.
Where?
Personally, you'd look at 150, 175. Yeah, possibly. I might do that.
No.
It depends on how good those 7th gen CPUs end up being.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say it depends on what the cost price is on eBay. Because what is the cost price of an M10Q? Sorry, a M710Q.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, M710Q. We actually looked to buy these. 6400T, they're 90 quid. Yeah. With a 7th gen and 16 gigs of RAM, you can find one for about £100.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, you know, yeah, 150. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I think 200 might be a little bit steep. People will pay 200, but yeah.
I think 200 if you're including Office is fair.
Yeah.
Because Office is £80.
Yeah, yeah. I think 200 if I'm doing Office and a data transfer and stuff like that. If they're buying just a ready-to-go computer, 150, then if they want like Office and a data transfer from their old computer, then at that point I can then justify 200.
Shelf.
Yeah, 199. I don't play that game. It pisses me off. £199. It's 200. Just call it 200. I don't care what the psychologists say. It's 200 quid. I'm perpetually annoyed at the £99 prospect. Just call it what it is. $199 plus tax plus tip plus tariff. Yeah.
Who is this Mr. Tariff?
Whoop. Another niggle on Graham's list. Yeah, I know. Old man yells at cloud.
Damn it, Amazon A3.
The 99p thing was for another reason, to get clerks to put cash payments through the till.
Yeah, because it forced people to give change.
As opposed to what?
Well, if something's $4.99 and someone gives you a 5,
Yeah.
you go, thank you for paying.
What, and they just pocket the fiver or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or they pay for something that's a round dollar, and you go, thank you for paying.
Yeah. Whereas if it's 99p, then because they have to provide a penny, they have to open the till, so they're more likely to not steal.
There you go. Post now.
Interesting. And also, yeah, we're now booting from the 7th gen.
There you go.
No operating system found.
Yeah, 'cause the SSDs.
Oh, you took out the SSD. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Someone's updated. Basically.
All right.
That one's sorted and 7th gen.
So that's now just waiting for an appropriate SSD to go in it.
And thermal paste.
Oh, and thermal paste, yeah.
I will do that now.
Sure. Yeah, we'll thermal paste that, and we'll put in one of the connectors and a bracket.
Yeah.
And then put that to one side as a done computer. And the ones that are classed as done means I just need to put a drive with an operating system in there, and it's ready to go. Cool.
Yeah. Give me thermal paste.
With regards to price, who's your target market? So my target market is people who have ancient ass computers that are like, people who come in with old stuff and they're running like, anything from 2nd to 4th gen CPUs with 4 gigs of RAM and a hard drive in them. and they don't really like the idea of buying a brand new computer. So you turn around and say, well, I can do you this reconditioned one that is set up and ready to go. 7th gen isn't exactly blazingly new. However, at least it's still going to be a lot quicker than, like, 2nd and 3rd gen stuff, and the fact that it will have 8 gigs of DDR4 in it and an SSD means it's probably going to be blazingly faster than what they have. This is definitely at the bottom end of what I would want to sell, though, because, like, if someone has, like, a 6th gen computer that is saying I'm not compatible with Windows 11, this probably is more of a side grade. Is there a dodgy? Oh no, it's the hold down thing. Ignore me. Don't worry. Ignore me. So yeah, people are mad about the Series X price hike. Yeah, that's rough. I just
is this US only?
Microsoft have put up yes, it's US only. Sony have put up their prices globally to subsidize the hit. Yeah.
Why is no one pissed off at Sony?
I think they are. However, that much being said, though, all of the headlines I'm seeing is about the Xbox price.
The Xbox, at least based off of that sum total information, is the only one doing it correctly.
Yeah, this is the problem. Is the brands are stuck in a bit of a no-win situation, because theoretically, what they should do is hike up the price in the US and say, yeah, this is what a tariff means. It means your stuff costs more now. If you've got a problem, you take it up with Trump, because this is his fault. Get angry at Trump because he has materially made your life worse. However, the issue is that the result now is that no one is going to buy an Xbox. So Microsoft don't sell any Xboxes. So and Sony won't sell any PlayStations because no one can afford them. So they have to compromise because they still want to actually sell product. So that's where the complication comes in. Technically, the morally correct thing to do is to shaft the US consumers, because this is what they quote-unquote voted for. That's inflammatory on purpose. However, the reality is they still need to actually sell product, so they have to compromise somehow, unfortunately. And that means, unfortunately, they've got to do weird stuff with the pricing, which tries to soften the blow so they can still actually sell something. Do you ever get any Core 2 Duo quads come in? If I do, I immediately tell the customer to replace it. I will not look at anything that is 10 years old. I will not look at to fix. If it's 10 years old, it's data recovery only.
Which takes you to 5th gen.
Yeah.
Which is 6 years newer than Core 2 Duo.
Ooh, when you put it that way, yeah. You recently bought a gaming laptop with a 3060 and a Ryzen for like €150 for repair. What was wrong with it? Because if that's nice and fixable, then yeah.
I have gotten confused. I don't know what I'm doing with this one. Is this the M700? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that one's the oddball one.
This is getting flashed.
Yeah. This one didn't work with the 7th gen CPU, did it? We tested
None
that.
of them did.
None of them did. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, there it is.
We're into overtime, so we'll let's flash this one and then we'll wrap up.
Also, just see if we can get it to boot off of anything.
Yeah, because we haven't had boot out of this one, have we? Yeah. Capture. So this has got a SATA SSD in it now, and that looks like it's going to boot. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this one looks like it's whitelisting NVMe drives. But
or just the BIOS is messed up.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so I guess once we flash it, we could stick the NVMe drive in there one last time and just make absolutely certain. However, since I have a SATA SSD, not the end of the world if I just ship it with that in there, given that the others will boot NVMe drives.
Yeah.
Streaming tomorrow? Yeah, I think I'm going to stream Deus Ex Human Revolution tomorrow.
Which is Deus Ex 3?
Yes, except it's the prequel.
Yeah, but it's Deus Ex.
It is the third game.
Third PC game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third in release order.
Yeah, but
and
story-wise, it's the first one.
Yeah, and it is the first of the two modern Deus Ex games. So yeah, because I've kind of on and off, I've been going through the series again because I'm a diehard for Deus Ex, and I do like Human Revolution. I'm slightly sad because 99% of my commentary I'm going to just plagiarize H-Bomber Guy's video because it's really good.
Hey!
And yes, we have booted.
Woohoo!
Revolve Humans. All got 8 gigs of RAM. Yeah, I think so. We didn't actually...
Which one did we need? Was this FW?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Cool.
Oh
no, it thinks this is a touchscreen.
Weird.
Because it came off of a touchscreen Dell, probably.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This is a virus. Next.
Cool. I noticed that had an option to extract as well, which is always nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of funny how Lenovo and HP, that are considered sort of more restrictive brands, actually give you the option to extract the raw BIOS image without messing about.
Yeah.
Someone said Deus Ex, now you have to install Deus Ex. Good.
Was that Wild Floor Lamp?
No, Stevie H. Releasing tomorrow, Deus Ex UE5 remastered.
Ooh. I'm kind of interested in that.
Yeah, I wasn't super impressed by the demo stuff for it, but
yeah, but I'm impressed by that because I can go install, run, ta-da!
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Instead of install, run, 19 hours of mods later.
Yeah.
Installing Windows XP, 4 capture cards.
It's not that bad for Deus Ex 1. My concern is I have based on when this stuff was getting demoed, what I was noticing is because people were rebuilding the lighting on the levels, the lighting looked great, but there was a lack of global illumination. So basically, if there was just lots of just spotlighting everywhere, which meant corners were just black. So certain areas of the level were just pitch black. And this is the same problem. This is the same thing as what happened with Quake 2 RTX. Quake 2 RTX, the final level is just dark. Like, I've got a VOD of me playing Quake 2 RTX. On the final level, I can't see. I'm firing my blaster just to see where I'm going. Like, literally, with the, it was unplayable is a strong word. The only reason why I could play it was because I knew the levels almost like the back of my hand. And even then, my memory of the final level was extremely foggy, and I got a little bit lost because I couldn't see where the hell I was going. And that's the problem is when you play them on the original engine, nothing is ever pitch black. A bit shadowy, sure, but not pitch black. You can still see the corner of the room, which means you can navigate.
Yeah.
So that's my concern, is that everyone's going to be like, oh, look at that contrast. It's like, yeah, you can't see anything that doesn't have a light directly above it, So that's why I'm not really excited about it. But on the other hand, if it does make it accessible from the perspective of being a turnkey solution, install and play, and it looks pretty good, it gets more people playing an original of one of the greatest first-person shooters ever.
I think calling Deus Ex a first-person shooter is...
yeah, that's a bit of a misnomer, yeah. It's
it sure as hell isn't Quake.
No, it's not a boomer shooter. It's an immersive sim is the correct term for it. So, yeah.
Did you ever look at System Shock?
Long ago, I had a very quick look at System Shock and bounced off of it. I played like the first level and just completely bounced off of it.
Fair.
It felt incomprehensible, and I can see a world where.
And then you played EVE Online.
Yeah, like a lot. Deus Ex 1 can be difficult to get into because it's an old game, and a lot of people, despite the fact that. So, Liberty Island, the first level of Deus Ex 1, is actually an incredibly well-crafted level, but it's also really easy to bounce off of it because it's a very dark level, and it's extremely open at a time where all of your weapons are extremely ineffective.
Yeah.
Which feels... And the point of that is to teach you that you can't just walk around and shoot everyone. That's not a valid strategy. They're trying to teach you in a very tough love manner, no, you're not supposed to try and shoot the people. You're supposed to try and sneak around everyone.
Yeah.
However, for people who have played Quake and so on and so forth, they'll find that really hard going. Or if you've played like Half-Life, you'll find it really hard going. But once you get past that, it all makes sense. So for this reason, Deus Ex 1 can be a little bit dense to get started with. But if Deus Ex 1 is dense to start with, System Shock is incomprehensible. So yeah. I've no doubt that if I had someone to hold my hand at the beginning of System Shock, I could get going on it and then get into it. But I haven't done that, and honestly, I don't really care to. I think there are some games that are old enough where it's just like, this might have been revolutionary in its day, but we have already iterated on this, and Deus Ex is the iteration. Like, Deus Ex 1 was kind of peak immersive sim, as far as most people are concerned, you know.
Hard disk pre-delay. Hello, 1995.
Weird. Yeah. I also like Mankind Divided. I've only played Mankind Divided once. I do want to play it again. It seemed extremely good. It's a shame it didn't have an ending. Like, the game ends, but the story doesn't have an ending. It just stops at the point where they ran out of time and money. Like, a hard cut-off. Like, you fight a guy and they're like, wow, we better go and uncover the rest of this mystery. Roll credits. That's literally how it ends, you know. It's like, what? And then Squeenix sold off all of their IPs. Which one? Quake 2 RTX or Quake 1 RTX? Is that as in which one did I have problems with, or which do I prefer? In terms of preference, I always preferred Quake 2. Quake 1 was revolutionary for its graphics, but I think Quake 2 is a more cohesive game. Quake 1 doesn't make a lot of sense if you try and play it from a narrative standpoint. It's just corridors of monsters. And now and then there's a weird boss fight that looks like it's trying to do some kind of gimmick, but actually you just shoot it until it dies.
I mean, that makes sense. It's a shooting game.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's kind of weird. Quake 2 makes a lot more sense narratively. You feel like you are on a mission. The game gives you objectives and says, you need to go and complete this. And, like, the actual way that you do that means you run down the corridor until you get to the button that you push or the elevator that you need to get into. But you still feel like you're being told where to go and what to do, and you are achieving those objectives. It feels like it makes sense. Whereas Quake 1, you're going through levels, but you don't actually understand why you're here or what you're doing. It gives you lore dumps in the forms of screens of text now and then, if you can be bothered to read that.
Are you bringing civilization to the natives?
It's more of a sense of... The story of Quake 1 is... we invented teleporters called slipgates, and we accidentally allowed demonic dimensions to access the human realm. And by demonic, that could mean we're not actually sure. It's more demonic in a what's the who's the guy that did the incomprehensible horrors to mankind thing? Someone help me. Octopus face man.
Cthulhu?
Lovecraft. Yeah,
Oh,
Cthulhu, Lovecraft.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Quake 1 is more Lovecraftian, whereas Doom was demons from hell, and Quake 2 is aliens from another planet. So yeah. I don't know what we're talking about, so yeah. Next video is in the pipeline because we've got to wrap up because we're at 3 hours 20 minutes. Yeah, next video is in the pipeline. I've got a MacBook repair and a PS4 repair. And I think the PS4 repair is coming out first because A, I've already uploaded it and titled it. And B, the MacBook is a standard issue one and I want to space that out a bit more.
Not a MacBook repair channel.
No. So I'm going to try and do 3 non-MacBook videos in a row and then a MacBook video.
Excellent.
So yeah. Also the MacBook video is... Oh, no, it's not weak.
Have you put a sponsor spot in your video saying, I have merch, buy my merch from here? Because you should do that on every video.
Yeah, I should. You're right. I need to... I'll do another... I'm not going to redo the... let's see. I'll recut the MacBook video with a merch spot in it because that hasn't been uploaded yet. The PS4 video is uploaded, thumbnailed and titled. I can't be asked to do anything else with that now. It's ready to go.
Damn it, Graham. That's 17 pence.
What, for the amount of electricity it will cost to
No,
export?
the merch sales.
Oh, I see, yeah.
How in the fresh heck? Oh, does that one not go? That one doesn't go on there.
Oh, you've got the wrong lid.
That's why. Ah! Oh. Huh?
I've enjoyed this conversation in it. I've enjoyed this conversation in it. Ah! Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank you for being here.
Buy merch. Yeah. Buy merch. If you've enjoyed my stupid voice, I'll be streaming on Twitch tomorrow at 7 PM UK time. How is editing on Agent Vegas going? It's still fine.
Where can I find this merch? Well, Paige, if you do exclamation mark merch,
I'm going to do exclamation mark merch.
you'll get a link to it.
Merch. You can... What capture? Let's go to here. There we go. Yeah. There we go. There's the merch. Oh, it goes to store now. You did fix that. That was very ninja of you. Didn't even see you do it. Anyway, yeah, there's the merch link, and yeah, you can buy a mug with my face on it, and it's my face as portrayed by Paige. Paige Cartoons did this artwork on the Graham mug. So yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, I need to talk to you about more stuff at some point, Paige, because I have ideas for merch, but I cannot realize them. So I need to just say, this is what I want. Can you make this look cool? Because I'm not an artist, man. That mug looks amazing. It sure does. All right. Anyway, you can buy a mug with a mug on it. Yeah, it's a mug with a mug holding a mug.
I like your mug.
Thanks for coming in, everyone. We'll see you all next time.
Thanks for being here. Goodbye.
We'll be back next week with something else, I think.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
Doodles.
Goodbye. We'll be back with Gamers Nexus videos.